Alright, and checking 1 and checking 2. I think
Are
we're
we
back.
working? Hello.
Have we done it?
Friends.
Have we succeeded in restoring our voices?
Yes.
It's our
great.
special birthday episode.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, you know what I did? I left this up here.
Fantastic. Fantastic. We did it.
Was that all live?
Yes.
No, not all of that.
No, just
All of it was live, just we couldn't hear it.
just the part. No.
Yeah, the part that started playing on my phone was when sound picked back up.
Alright, well, welcome back to the Ruins of Adventure special for
Hello.
Tales from the Yawning Portal.
So
I'm
all
your
that
host
was
and
live.
Dungeon Master, Billy-Shayne Jackson. None of the song was live. We had some audio issues out front, but if you saw us all just miming in the background, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys' patience and staying with us. We picked up around somewhere our last little bit with a beautiful intro by Edwin. But yeah, let's go ahead and cover who's around the room. I'm Billy-Shayne. Right here on your first left, we have the Wisp, followed by Edwin, the Morning Lord, Billy-Shayne, and Asphel the Archfey. And as the Wisp said very briefly at the beginning, it's a special week for us and our family here because it's our birthday week. Both the Wisp and Edwin celebrated their birthdays this week.
It's our birthday week, this side of the table.
I'm even older!
And if you want to make their birthday dreams come true, then you can
Donate to
head
us.
over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Ruins of Adventure. I'll go ahead and throw a couple of our links. And if you don't want to leave the page, you can just scroll right down on my channel and use our stream elements to broadcast as well. I put on a new overlay and a plugin that'll show you what I'm listening to on Spotify Live. Oh, that was what that was in my browser. I saw an HTML text element, and I was like, I didn't put this in here. It was the Spotify streaming. So I'll have to go back and fix that for next time.
It's the Russians.
That's hilarious.
Delicious.
But anyway, patreon.com/Ruins of Adventure. You can also find us on Facebook. For our Q&A after. We're still giving away some of our posters, so definitely make sure to tune into that Q&A. And then right here on Stream Elements, we could also accept it. We want your help because we're going to, drum roll on the table, please, PAX South in January down in San Antonio, Texas. It'll be our first appearance as a group, and we'd like to make it a special one and get down there and not have to worry about any of the costs and just spend time letting the world know that there are people in Arkansas who not only play this game, but are good as fuck at this game and like doing what the rest of the world does. Despite the Red Sea in which we swim, we are a very blue pond.
Shania, we have a question.
Yes, what is that?
So who's which character?
Oh, yeah. I was going to read it.
Oh, you can read it. Go ahead.
So,
Here, special
Ayushi's Gaming. So who is which character, and what classless race are each of you guys?
We
Or are
have
you
an
guys
overlay
in?
for that. Here's our overlay for when we're actually in, and that'll have a lot of those answers. But right now, we're in
It's
trivia. Which is what we do before every game. So as we get into the actual event, we'll go over that one more time. But this is the Wisp, this is Edwin the Morning Lord, I'm the Dungeon Master, and this is Asphel the Archfey. I feel like races and classes are kind of already tied into the titles. So that should get you there until we actually start the game. So this week's trivia for our benchmark points
Our BMs.
is going to be over our products. Our products here in the great wide world of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, heavens.
We like buying all of this
Thank
stuff, like our campaign module for Tales of the Yawning Portal, but we have all the books, like Volos and the Monsters Manual. We also have Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide and the Dungeon Master's Guide there on the front. Player's Handbook, you name it. But one thing we don't have all of are the campaign modules. So, we're going to have a little quiz over some of the released books that we don't have.
Cool. Interesting.
All right, but
Let's
we'll
do it.
We'll start off with a softball. Before any campaign modules were released, what 3 books are released to allow the core mechanics of the game to be explored?
The PHB, the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Monster Manual?
And that's correct.
Yay. Good job, birthday buddy.
Shortly thereafter, a series of campaigns were launched after the successful release of a trial mission set between Waterdeep and Neverwinter near something known as the Mere of Dead Men. What starter camp, or what was the name of this starter campaign?
Queen of the Dragons? I remember we called it Dragon Queens because it was an all-girls
Horde of the
group when we
Dragon
played
Queen?
it. Rise of Tiamat?
Rise of Tiamat, Horde of the Dragon Queen. Is that what we're going with?
Do you actually
It's up
think
to
I
Asphodel.
know shit?
Possibly. When we were lent the Horde of the Dragon Queen book by Travis, he did it because he was okay because he wanted to keep the starter adventure, which was known as the Mines of Fandelver. The Mines of Fandelver.
Yeah.
The more you know.
D&D Adventures League gets played all around the country. Here we don't have any place that does it, so we just kind of have to make it ourselves. But as we just said, the Mines of Fandelver were as a pre-release to what set of campaigns based around the dragon goddess Tiamat?
Rise of Tiamat. Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Rise of Tiamat. It's bad because the dragon lady's gonna get you.
It's the Tyranny of Dragons series,
Okay. Well,
Oh, I thought
which
you were
included the
asking-
Rise of Tiamat.
Yeah, I thought you were going for the specific module of starter.
Definitely said the series name. But it's okay, because we're on to our next question. Following the forays of Tiamat, a focus on the Demogorgon was relaunched with what standalone title for medium-level characters going into the Abyss?
Tales of the Yawning Portal?
Volo's Guide.
That one that has the Underdark in it.
It literally has the Demogorgon on the cover.
Is it Tales of the Underdark?
No.
No. Okay.
Out of the Abyss. It's a pretty cool one. You get to actually explore the Demogorgon, and if you guys have seen Stranger Things lately, D&D has you covered.
It's a Demodog.
It's a Demodome?
Doug Dimmadale, owner of the
No.
Demogorgon. Alright,
No, Doug
After-
says it's a Demodog.
After
we got this.
Out of the Abyss, we got to see one of our favorite Faerunian princes, Prince Hiawatha, get debuted in what was supposed to be a multiple book campaign series, but got canned after the first module came out.
The Princes of the Apocalypse?
That's correct.
I know
Princes
one.
of the
I check
Apocalypse.
out. I check out. That's all I
Proud of
know.
you. Proud of
Supposed
you.
to be part of the series for the Elemental Evil's return, but they never came out with anything outside of Princes of the Apocalypse.
So I guess they all died.
Guess so.
Bahamut.
In lieu of this, however, they relied on the Tyranny of Dragons' popularity, especially through the new free-to-play MMO Neverwinter, and instead decided to focus on the North, following up on some of the giants met from Tyranny of Dragons. What campaign module was this called?
Giants, giants, giants.
Giants, giants, giants.
I don't know.
Fucking up giants. You know what they say about men with big feet.
All right, we were looking for Storm King's Thunder. These two people were great friends with the giant from Horde of the
Great
Dragon
friends
Queen,
is a strong word.
Blagathkus and him.
Blackest and Skyreach Castle, absolutely.
We used Skyreach Castle as a weapon in our arsenal.
Didn't we crash it?
We didn't crash it, no.
It's his dead wife.
And you weren't even involved. You went after it went down. They
Yeah,
were
but-
leading the
Yeah.
onslaught.
Tanaka and I came in.
Skyreach Castle was one of the optional benefits that you could gain from the Rise of Tiamat campaign. And because we kept in such good relationship with the giants, we recruited them into our armies, and when we stormed the Well of Dragon, Skyreach Castle went with us, and it was a very
It's a living thing. It's his dead wife's spirit.
Star Destroyer-esque
cute.
moment where we had a giant's castle raining down thunder on dragons. It was pretty cool. So pour one out for Blagathkus. After that campaign module was released, there was kind of a need to capitalize on the 5th edition fervor taking over what would some would be the rightful place of what should have come after Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And so there was a throwback campaign module that was released featuring the 7 greatest dungeons of all time. What was this campaign module?
Tales of the Yawning Portal?
Correct. We're playing through it right now.
We're doing it. That's what we're doing. Pals? Y'all?
Can I just Chrissy Teigen
All
finish
right,
this
so-
whole thing?
Maybe
That's what I've been
2
doing.
months
The
ago,
first one.
and even still right now, other streams like Dragon Friends, shout out Dragon Friends, shout out Girls Guts Glory, shout out Idle Champions of the Realms,
Y'all
shout out
doing
all the D&D
real
derivatives, because they're all playing this campaign module right now, set on the southernmost country on the continent of Faerun, deep in jungles. What is the newest campaign module?
Tomb of Annihilation?
Correct! The Tomb of Annihilation. With races like the Grung, whom of which I heard a rumor that someone wanted to play, as well as crowd-funded races like the Tortles. The
Turtles?
frog people.
Oh, Freeple!
Oh.
Yeah, the Freeple. I'm sorry, I should have said the Freeple. And that would have got
Okay,
the
I was
memory
like,
juices
whoa,
flowing.
turtle? Like, if I could be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, I mean...
It's not as good as Sneeple, which is my favorite race.
All right, and
The
so
Yonti.
we're down to our last trivia question.
We've done so well.
Unearthed Arcana has been used as a playtest environment, complete with not only surveys that you can fill out, but also popular concepts that might get adapted into the actual canon, released as official options.
Word.
These come out in supplement book form, similar to the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, that kind of help some more of these concepts become concrete within the universe as a whole as player groups increase. This is also the newest released book, and I
Volo's
personally
Guide.
sent you
Volo's
guys the
Guide.
copy.
It's not Bull's Guide, because we're already on Bull's Guide. It's,
What is the newest Dungeons & Dragons book that was just released last week?
Xanatar's Guide to Everything?
And we got it!
You sent that to everybody but me, I guess.
No, I sent it in the group.
It has
Oh.
a fun little eye on the cover.
You guys just don't like paying attention to Xanatar. This is our Xanatar. I found
I
this
haven't
guy
read
at a
it in a
local
week.
con.
Man.
All right, so with that being said,
I cannot believe that I
The
got
world would be a
that.
lot easier if I could read.
we're going to jump to a quick intermission and read your comments for a couple of minutes while we get the board set up and get ready for
Yeah.
exposition. So get ready to talk to us. We'll be right back. See us.
Okay, that guy's just describing his ideal character. That's the whole thing.
All right, welcome back, guys.
Hi.
We're all plugged into the stream and ready to talk. I've encouraged Edwin, the Wisp, and Asphodel to talk when it's not their turn. And so they'll try to interact with you, but ultimately we're going to try and keep the game flow real nice and crisp. We're going to hop into a little bit of exposition, and that's why I've got the Xanatar here in my hands. I haven't covered a lot of the rules, but if you've been watching any of our previous episodes, the Xanatar is our talking stick. And the players can ask for this talking stick, much like the red card system in American football, where you can challenge a play if you think the mechanics are wonky, or maybe you feel that I just fucked over another player because I forgot something and you guys need to keep me in check. It's our accountability, but I also hold it for exposition to allow everyone to know no interruptions as we kind of go through it. Again, we can't play our music on Spotify too loudly, but if you want to listen to what we're listening to, scroll down on the channel page and you can see our Spotify panel and put it on. I have a public playlist called D&D on Billy-Shayne Jackson with over 700 songs for any gaming environment you could want to have. So what do you say, guys? Are we ready?
Probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Why not?
So,
Why not?
I'm going to put us just in this room right here.
Okay. Oh, I remember where we are now. Okay, I'm back. Oh, it's colored. That's why it's different.
North of Mount Hotnow in the Neverwinter Mountains, there is a small hamlet known as Oakhurst. The small hamlet, in the past maybe century, has grown into a beautiful village of over 900 people, seemingly unhindered by other societies and even monsters, leaving them at bay to grow and develop this very niche way of life. This was done, as we have found out, through the sale of a magical fruit bore from the limbs of a magical tree known as the Gulthias tree. This tree apparently grows in some secret and enchanted grove nearby at a nearby structure only known as the Sunless Citadel, a dark cavern hundreds of feet below in a ravine that split from an earthquake hundreds of years ago. In discovering this ravine and the subsequent ashen plain, we discovered an evil domain that was being perpetrated by someone known as Balok, or colloquially as the Outcast. This archdruid seems to have made a pact with the Unseelie Court in the Feywild, allowing for unseelie creatures, defenses, and enchantments to be at the disposal of this archdruid. He has recruited the help of a goblin tribe known as Dorbuluk, which in goblin means dominator. These particular goblins and the gods that they worship have allied with Balok and are now trying to oust the rightful claimants to the Sunless Citadel, a band of kobolds with a leader known as Yustrael. It seems as though these kobolds have traveled back to the Sunless Citadel because even though most will never see anything but its top spire, was at one point a draconic fortress belonging to a dragon known as Ashardalon the Black and Wise. We have met with Yustrael, and the party has decided to enter a treatise with the Dragonkin to outroot the goblin army and make contact with Balok down below in the grove. In an effort to help strengthen the ties with Yustrael and the kobolds, they have answered the call of Ashardalon by crossing through a secret door behind which many traps were laid in preparation to stop anyone from ever answering the call. Breaking the locks off of a sarcophagus carved to be like that of a writhing dragon, Asphodel and the Wisp uncovered a dormant but very angry troll priest. Asphodel, traveling to the ethereal plane, saw that there was a creature locked within and instead readied an action to use Dark Delirium, a part of her Archfey pact powers, and enslaved this troll. And we have learned that he is the rightful priest to this citadel, and he has apparently sought life and power through becoming a troll. We stopped just at the point with which he fell into Asphodel's submission and haven't had a chance yet to have a conversation. That's where we pick up, in his sanctum, and I would like to remind everyone that this is some sort of altar room. We now has a trap right before the staircase that leads into his burial chamber. So think of this a lot like if you were part of the guys that went into the 3 pyramids of Giza, into that central complex. You've been through the bandit rooms and the robber rooms and the pit traps, and you finally got to it. This is the treasure, apparently. We know that Dark Delirium gives us 10 rounds, presumably if he doesn't get hit, to be 100% charmed by Asphodel. We also know that Asphodel carries with her a bunch of other abilities and spells to keep them in this domination. So I would say in terms of just familiarity, I know how the Wisp is going to react to this, but also for everyone who's watching, this is normal. This is how it goes. For those people who may not be used to seeing it, treat it like you were used to seeing it.
All right.
And instead look for ways to apply. Because, well, Asphodel doesn't fuck around. That's what I've learned. So I'm going to pop open the page in the book. I'm going to switch our song. And then according to this, I'll have Asphodel going first. You had a readied action that queued when he even popped out. So when we start your turn, we're going to count your action as not being used yet. You feel?
No.
You used last round's action with an if-then circumstance that if he came out, you'd hit him with the Dark Delirium. So your previous turn is already passed because he came out.
Not to...
Oh, I see what you're saying. It would be your turn.
Yeah.
No, it would be reaction. If you ready an action and use it. Use the reaction and if then...
No, that's not how it works. You use that action. It does not count as your reaction. She does have some reaction-based abilities that do things similar, right. But her Dark Delirium is an action, and it had to be readied. It doesn't affect the reaction.
Right.
I prefer just to leave that one going for right now. As we look at this, it would be Edwin and Silnesriel's turn coming out of the gate because the Wisp just popped the locks, and then your ready to action queued. So I misspoke.
Okay. All right.
One moment, please. I gotta get to that page.
I figured it out.
Proud of you.
Good job.
I like sitting here.
All right.
It picks up. Trying to find what room we're in so I can give you this accurate description one more time. We are in 10. Okay. So even though we only really looked at the statues around you at a glance, you are still covered by these I think it's dusted but red marble statues that all appear to be humanoid and not draconic, but under a pretty thick layer. We found, a crawl space where a demon was living, and now we have a troll standing before you. This troll is represented by the token PC3, and the illustrations I had showed you last week kind of put him at a very odd kind of standing. So even though trolls would ordinarily be large creatures, it looks as though his imprisonment stunted his growth pretty significantly. And he's got green, not just like his eyeballs have a green reflection. They are steaming green with light coming off of them and out of them. And they are in sync with Asphodel's. You've maneuvered him out of the burial chamber to be now back in this kind of honor guard area. Have a go at it.
All right. Just kind of look around and be like, who are you? I say that in Giant, by the way. Speak Giant to the troll.
Nobody responds.
He might understand Elvish better.
Oh. I ask him who he is in Elvish.
I do not remember my name, he says, but I do remember my duty.
And
For there are others who sought redemption in my study under a Chardalon. For we were encouraged to pursue all avenues. The heretics that came about in the First Crown War saw fit to have me exiled. I would have never given up to control to such warmongering people as the alliance between elves and dragons was a strength that needed to be preserved. I sought my own magical means. Look what I have become. For I am no longer bound by flesh, but millions of organisms, each with their own magical bond. Cut my limb, I shall regrow it. Pierce me with arrow, I will not faze. For I have found the power of the troll.
Good.
My pact with the Chardalon is deep, as well as my hybridization with my mastery of the arcane arts.
Nice.
Very impressive.
Hashtag Primal Arcane Caster.
Nice.
But this new form was supposed to give me a power over the flesh in mankind. I am stunted, but while I am in this area, this fortress, I can draw the power from the walls. I feel the desecration has grown deep. Why do I not see the sunlight? He seems really perturbed. You, my deepest friends, as he looks at each of you, all the elven kind around me, thank you so much for joining me in this endeavor. Let me utter the ancient words of my brothers that I had entombed within these statues and bring about a blessing. And taking his hands, the marble statues combust as blue corporeal spirits summon as elven warriors, very much like the It's Morphin Time sequence from Power Rangers. They come out with blades and do flourishes and martial arts and magical swirls as each of them flies into the body. So this is going to work very similar to Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
While you are within 120 feet of him, you may re-roll one roll per turn. Okay?
Nice.
So if you use a reaction-based ability and it's not your turn, guess what? You could apply it then as well. We had to get really specific about this with Tanaka. There's a very big difference between round and turn.
Yeah.
Once per round means once period. Once per turn means once when it is your turn, and once when it's not your turn.
Do you know what this
Or if something like
Kaz?
haste where you have more reactions, etc. You can see how you'd have to get real stipulations.
Funky with it.
Alright, so we all have that while we're around him. He doesn't remember his name, but he seems pretty dedicated because he shares it's not a concentration base, but because he shares the eyes and everything of Asphodel, I'll just do his turn on her turn.
Cool.
So Edwin, you've used your action to interact, and you've learned quite a bit.
Well, so, shall we then? It's like, by the way, if you like the sun, let me tell you.
I'll take that as a persuasion or a performance.
No, I'm doing knowledge religion.
Oh.
I'm just telling him about Lathander.
That's not what that would be.
Gospel
If you want to tell him about Lathander, you can do a performance or a persuasion.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just checking on him. I mean, you could still... You rolled. I need to know which one you're going to do between persuasion and performance and what that final is.
Yeah, I was just doing knowledge religion. So.
Oh, okay, knowledge religion.
15.
Definitely worshipped dragons, and if he's saying pre-Crown War, that would put him at, a time when dragons and elves live side by side.
Fantastic.
He's an OG. He's an OG dragon cultist. He might not even know what the dragon cult is.
Weird.
Cool.
Shall I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's fix this temple.
So we're looking at a move.
I'm gonna move with the group.
Okay, move with the group. Silnestriel?
Actually, no. She's going to use Dark Scholarship to see if there's anything else like about the particular ritual he described. If that's anything that comes to mind.
So there are a couple of rituals that are throughout the world that can allow you to transform your body into different stuff. I would say the most popular one would be the Yuan-Ti, who are humans who dedicate themselves to these extraplanar snake gods that allow them to transform their bodies, and those are called Malicents. This is very similar, but a lot like Lichdom and other arcane. This is an arcane way to approach immortality.
Yeah.
This is a disease. You allow your cells to essentially get taken over by a virus, and I would say he's more like the traditional myth of vampires, how they're just like a host of worms. But essentially he can reattach limbs, he regenerates, and there's very few damage types that can damage him, and he'll always be with it. But this presents, I would say with Dark Scholarship, the ritual is not so as important as the connection that they're sharing is, because it could go south, potentially.
Okay.
So I would say in terms of doing the ritual, she would only give off a vibe of like, this is a time bomb.
Okay. So...
Any movement with her, she's going to move with the group as well.
Move with the group as well.
Okay, so that brings us back to Asphodel.
So, to be clear, is the domain coming from him or from something else?
You don't know that.
Alright.
1, 2. He gets to this door, which was open, and just walks on through.
I like to use my one sentence. Hey, I didn't mess with that trap, so please don't do anything in Elvish.
He steps on it, and the arrows fly through his body.
Okay, well.
And he moves unimpeded. They were not a high enough enchantment to damage him.
Must be nice.
You would wait up.
Okay, Asphodel.
One hell of a walk.
Dippity dippity dash and
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Or I guess 35 or 20. I need you to... Is your rope still... No, you took your rope with you. How would you like to get over this pit? Or not this pit, but this area of floor. I've removed my trap token, but we had it identified. There's a pressure plate trap that they discovered earlier that Asphodel now has to try and get over. This is a long jump distance at 10 feet. You've had more than 10 feet to build speed, so you could perform a long jump with athletics.
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, gonna beat DC 15.
That's a +9. It's a
So
16.
Alright, we got
You
it.
did it. Congrats.
You long jump across. So we had here at 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hey, our group's like a little bit slow. We just let them kind of keep up.
Sister, the time is now.
I understand the time. They can't just walk through traps. They're not as gifted as you or I.
He just kind of like nods and is like, I see what you are saying. Then we go to the Wisp.
Yeah. Alright. I forgot which one was me for a second. Hey, pals, I'm going to set that rope up again. Whoever goes through last, will you just pick that up for me? Thanks. 5, 10, 15, 20. Want to set my rope up?
So action.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
can you describe for the viewers this rope?
It is a beautiful rope. It shimmers when I shake it out. And I'm just going to throw it across, and it's going to anchor itself safely so that we can they can climb over it without messing with the pressure plate trap. And then I am going to walk around the walls because I'm really excited about this spider climb thing that I still have.
Alright, so just to try and draw a better example, this mithril rope, she's able to extend its length It can then anchor to anything that she wants it to. It moves very serpentine. She can then set it at a rigid form. And so she's got it anchored about 5 feet up so that people can military cross on it. She also has an enchantment that she used to scroll on herself for spider climb. So almost after she does this, she just kind of ducks around and putting a foot on the wall is able to walk against gravity around, never once having touching the floor.
And then, so that was a 15, 20, 25?
Mm-hmm.
30, 35. I'm using my bonus action to dash.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'd like to whisper at Asphodel, "We're coming!"
Okay, is that through your sending stone or just...
Yeah, through the sending stone.
Okay. After the wisp, we get to Edwin and Sylvanestriel.
Edwin strokes his beard pensively for a moment. He puts his hand on a... Oh, wait. Scratch that.
Okay.
He doesn't put his hand anywhere.
Good.
He's like, Celestial, good luck! Whee!
Oh, that's right, he can fly.
Yeah,
So explain to everyone.
I have dragonfly wings at the moment, and I am skipping and hopping and flying over that.
What bit of magic were you able to use to get those
Wing
dragon-
gifting.
Wing gifting.
Yes.
Very nice.
Buzz, buzz. Is this within 100 feet?
Yes.
Then
Even
I
back
am
there it was within 100 feet.
Okay, yeah, then I made it. Because I have moved
Okay.
50.
Gotcha. And
All right.
Sylvanestriel's going.
Celestial!
So she just needs to beat an athletics check versus a DC of 10.
She gets a running jump.
She doesn't have to. She's on the...
The rope.
The running
Well-
jump would be even higher. The rope you have to just beat
Oh,
a 10.
well. She takes it real careful. It's smooth.
Did she get a 10?
She got an 8.
So is this maybe a chance where you want to employ the inspiration that we have from the troll right now? Giving
Sure.
you that reroll?
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Please don't forget about that. Right
Fantastic.
Right now, if you don't already have a
Okay.
note telling you about that. I want that committed.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if he was in range
He
of
is.
it.
This
Okay,
is
fantastic.
barely 35 feet. That's 60. Over here is 100 feet away.
Okay.
You can
Nice.
be anywhere on the map. for it to
Fantastic.
be within 100 feet.
Grab the rope.
Okay, and you're
Thank you.
across. Continue, please.
Alright. How much movement was that?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 would put you there.
Okay. I can move up to about here.
Gotcha. Okay, so next up, we've got Asphodel. And looking behind you, it seems as though as everyone is gathered. Come. As soon as he gets to here, because the delirium is kind of like you're instigating for him to see whatever he wants to see. And so how that would manage enemies could potentially be very upsetting. And so as he gets into this next room, you hear him yell out, "Curses! The chickens have gotten loose again! Come, we must kill them at once." And as he kind of says that, you see and this is Asphodel, you see through the door multiple fires start to ignite as the room goes from having, since you have your lights on and that's really the only light you're able to see, it went from having like a pretty much dark interior to it's real bright and it's real red.
Setting fire to the
Because the door is now open, you can also all hear echoes of spear clangs and spellfire being exchanged.
Cool.
Okay.
Good talk.
Good talk, good talk, good talk. Rushing in with ready to Eldritch Blast if they're goblins.
They're chickens.
Chicken.
We gotta have faith in our boy. He wouldn't lie to us.
He might.
Okay, so we find ourselves in a new encounter.
Okay.
This is going to get a little complicated, so everyone at home, we follow a pretty traditional initiative model. where everyone will roll with certain modifiers, which is, as prescribed in the player's handbook, is your dexterity modifier. As a base addition, you then plus or minus any spells, or not just spells, but spells or what weapons you have. So you currently have a light weapon out with no active spells.
It's in the... I haven't called it.
Oh, it's still in the plane? Okay. You still are unarmed then. So you still get the +2. And you don't have any spells active, correct?
Right.
Okay, so you don't take any penalties for spell. And so let's just take a look real quick and tell me what your initiative modifier is before we roll.
+2.
So that would make it a total of +4. Alright, so what'd you do?
Mine is a hellscape.
Yeah?
Yeah, so mine is I get +3 from my weapon. I get +3 from my weapon. I have +5 from my dex mod. I have a feat called Alert, which adds +5. So that's 13. And then I have +19 written on here, and I feel like that's correct, but I don't remember what it is. So for right now, I can just roll the +13.
Alright, so +13.
Why not?
+9.
And plus from...
4 from Dex and 5 from Alert.
Very cool. Okay. So with all that being said, that's what they've got with initiative, and go ahead and show me what you got.
Oh, where am I? There you are. Oh, yeah.
17.
Alright, 18.
26. And Celestial. 7.
Alright, so I'm going to sound off Asphodel.
17.
17. Edwin.
26.
Oh gosh. Celestial.
7.
Okay. And the Wisp.
18.
18. Okay, so let me see all the numbers I got out here. We've also got our Dragon Troll Priest. Or Elf Troll Dragon Priest.
Alright.
I'm going to write that down one more time because I know I'm going to forget the order. And then it looks like we've also got R1, R2, K1, K5, and M1.
Wow! That's a lot of monsters. They added monsters while I wasn't looking. Have fun.
They're chickens.
And if you want to see this map we're playing on, you can go on to my past clips and look for the one that's marked the Sunless Citadel, and you can see what we're actually playing on and look a little more up close. You can also go to my Instagram at Instagram.com/Billy-Shayne Johnson and see a big version there too. If you follow us on Facebook, I plan to release all of those visual supplements tonight as I've got some time and I don't feel like shit anymore. So I'd love to do that. All right. So let us partake of a true combat song.
Is it from Harry? No.
Is it from Harry Potter?
Is it from Harry Potter?
I just love Harry Potter. The soundtracks are so good.
Very friend.
Is it Hope's Deep?
Can I use an internet connecting device?
Yeah, what's up?
I need to look up a spell.
Oh, yeah.
And I just...
Oh, that's fine.
Let me say, if you'll just...
You can lose
Oh,
my
your
chat.
phone's dead?
Hmm?
No,
No,
he's
I just
leaving.
don't want to lose chat.
That's fine. I will lose
Uh,
chat. I will take
oh.
one for the team.
Thank you.
Oh, man. I can't see it.
What are you looking for?
The Bridge of Khazad-dûm. Like I'm going right over it. Side of the Prancing Pony.
The bridge. It's right there. You got it.
Oop.
That's so loud.
We're doing great.
I really would have preferred Should I Stare, Should I Go? But
Fair.
it's fine.
Alright, so let's find out their initiative. I've got this beautiful rolly die. If you see it start blinking, that means I have gotten a critical hit. So let's
Horseshit.
see how well I can do. First up, we're going to be rolling for our Elf Troll Dragon Priest. Alright.
Alright, that's fine.
I'm
Be a little,
going to use my inspiration.
Nice.
Oh.
That's better. Got 24.
didst thou find it?
Okay, and now for the R's. Ooh,
Tabernacle Dost.
they're ready.
They're chickens.
Oh shit.
The others less so much.
Good.
Hey, what are we
Good.
doing here?
Good.
Cluck, cluck, gobble, gobble.
Dear God, we're chickens!
Single digits.
Nice.
Alright,
Yeah. More single digs.
Do you know if there's a way to
They
do
got a higher mod.
like a Control F style thing on that?
No, there is not.
Alright, so here is our official initiative order, and I'm going to
Yep.
type this in as I go along so that you guys can know who's going to be going when and just kind of share it amongst the peeps. Alright, so first.
Sorry, I'm just gonna pull it up on mine.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
My phone is dumb.
Alright, so first, we've got. Are we-
I don't know.
Yeah, I am. We've got Edwin at 26. Followed by
Those fucks.
the Elf Troll Dragon Priest.
Nice.
Woo! Followed by.
Can we call him E
Oh, wait.
T D?
We gotta start all over. We were supposed to have a roll off.
Which one
With
do-
who?
The Reds and you.
The Reds.
The fight for first.
All
Base
right.
roll, no mods.
Ooh,
Ooh,
yeah!
Edwin!
Redwin.
Killing the game.
Cool.
I can buy bits.
Will you put? I'll put it. We get a benchmark point for that one.
BM.
Taking big
Okay,
BMs.
so one's Edwin. Two is the.
Oh my god. I just.
The third is the Elf Troll Dragon Priest. Followed by.
It goes down in the DMs. Is what I was trying to reference there.
Oh my God.
Followed
How's it
by
going so
the
slow?
Wisp. Followed by Asphodel. Followed by. Alright, so there's our initiative order. Let's see what happens.
If there are bugbears, I'm not excited about bugbears. Also, you just stopped numbering after number 3, which is fine.
That's all you really need to know. First three. Okay, so start us off. Edwin, you hear spellfire and sword clangs coming down from the area that you had discovered previously as the Kobold colony.
What the hell?
As you cross into this first corridor, you notice that the room ahead not only has the Elf Troll Dragon Priest, but also it looks to be like multiple sources of magical fire.
Huh.
Cool. Love fire.
Neat. Can I see anyone else?
No.
Okay.
You currently can only see...
I fly up here and poke my head around the corner. What the?
Alright, standing here
Hovering.
are the two characters that the Wisp had interacted with before in this first offshoot room. And again, with their subdued features, but full body tattooing and piercing, they're definitely a goblinoid of some kind. And now, in the red light, you also see two true goblins at their feet in retrofitted plate armor, whirling spiked balls in their hand, each attached by a cord.
Neat. Well,
I'm into this.
I can get into that. All right. All right. Well. Okay. Peeking around the corner, I cast Hold Person. And how far away are the two fancy-looking fellas?
The hobgoblins?
The two fancy fellas!
I can't believe Edwin thinks that's fancy. It kind of tells me a little bit more about what Edwin was into in Arkandale.
Yeah.
I really love this new tavern, the Toolbox.
Yeah, I like tattoos a lot!
God.
Hey man, there ain't nothing wrong with hanging brain.
Yeah, exactly.
So how far apart are they?
Yes.
About 30 feet.
What? Hell! I'm casting Hold Person at... Sorry. 4th level. So... Boop, boop, boop.
Nice. Treat.
Make a
There we
DC
go.
28 Wisdom save.
Idiots.
Can do.
Good. My fucking fuck. Nice.
Did not get it. You said a 28?
28.
Damn it.
Hell yeah.
And no. 2 hobgoblins and 1 goblin suddenly freeze in place. And do they have any gold shimmery light going on around them, or are they literally... Okay, they do?
They have a... They sparkle! But basically it's like they have like a thin envelope of just light surrounding them. Aurora Borealis style, but yellow.
Now, do me a favor, scoot a little bit more towards me.
Yes.
And make sure it's stayed out, because you're cutting your head out of frame, and it's just your mouth moving at the top of the screen.
That's all you can see! Alright.
We're just here for your looks.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else, Edwin? You've moved a couple of feet, you've used your action.
I'm gonna... Whoop! Hover up
Okay.
and stay kinda out of range.
Alright, I feel you. Yeah, you got a troll between you. Yeah, I didn't number these like that.
Oh wait, no, that's concentration. I don't hover no more. I
Okay.
don't go... I
We've
land.
lost the wings, everyone.
Wings are
Yep.
Lost the
down.
wings.
Had a good run.
Okay. So next up, they would have a turn with hold person. Am I allowed to remake my safe throw at the end of my turn?
I believe...
It's the hobgoblins. One,
Let me
two,
just
break
double check.
three.
Go
They
ahead and
want
make
to
that
break
save just in
free.
case I'm wrong, but
I would rather
think
wait.
you do. Okay, well. At the end of each of its turns, target can make another one, so go
Alright.
ahead and do it.
I need an 18
They
or higher, I
want to
found.
break free. Nice. Nice.
Didn't get it.
A crit fail.
He just puts his arms behind his head. He
The
finally
magic,
moves.
the magic that Paylor has extended you in this realm is serving you well, as this spell works just as good as it would have in the realm that you're from.
Huh, this Paylor guy's really nice.
So after
Very
that,
cool.
we move to the Elf Troll Dragon Priest.
ETDP.
Turning back to everyone in here, I must feast on the blood of living tissue. How would you like to join in this feast? The hens look lovely.
Just be a tidy eater.
I'm not hungry.
Char grilled, boiled?
Char grilled.
You've got it. And turning back around, he splits his hands towards the ground as 2 pure columns, each 5 foot wide, or actually I'm going to go 10 foot wide, and they share a common core. I'm essentially making a wall, a fire, but rather than it producing outward, I'm using the entirety of my feet that I have available, which at the level I'm casting it is 120, and I'm just physically going to draw a double-sided line
Nice.
with 5 foot in between, so that they are purely in a causing directional. So an incineration tube, if you will.
My favorite kind of tube.
Nice.
All right, so they each have to make Dex save throws. I believe those who are held automatically fail
Yes.
Dex save throws.
Sure.
So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to confirm their fail. In this situation, I would say it would be 50-50. So
I
if
have
they,
a coin.
Oh yeah, I'm going to toss a coin. Depending on the heads, if they land on one side, it will count as a critical hit. If it lands on the other, it will not.
I had a coin.
We had a coin. I'm prepared to roll if not.
I mean, you can just
Darn it,
do odds
roasty.
evens.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
here
fine.
we go.
That's
So
fine.
the one that can make the dex throw is one of the goblins who is not held towards the bugbear. And let's see how he handles this. He's got to beat a 21. He comes short. So he's taking it. And then for these to confirm, if I get less, if I get between 1 and 10, it will count as a critical hit. If I get 11 to 20, it will just be a regular hit. So here we go.
Wow.
All right. Ooh, we got a
Nice.
natch crit fail. Woo! And
Crit fail.
so 2 of them critically failed. This one did not. He'll take damage as normal. So what we do when we have a critical fail is I have purchased the critical fail supplement put out by the DMs Guild, also available on DriveThruRPG. They have great D&D dev supplements, and we really liked our critical hit system that we had in 2nd edition, which was damage type derivative. And so we're keeping that alive. So I'm going over to fire, and I'm going to confirm these hits real quick.
It was a firefight.
All right, so out of 10, that's times 2 on damage. And the next one out of 6 is max damage. Thank you very much. I have to pull out a calculator for this one.
How much? What? How many damage dice is it?
I'll be just rolling with my local, but on the max. Okay, on the max, the goblin is taken out of the equation, as you can smell flesh and metal alike become
Some good chicken.
the same consistency of butter.
Mm.
Okay, so
I'm dead.
he got times 2 on damage. So here we go.
I just.
All right, 12, 13, 16. 16, 22, 23, 30, 35, 35, 39, 42, 48, and 52. 52 times 2,
104.
104,
Yep.
plus 40, 144. These two are resistant to fire. So 144 divided by 2, 72 fire damage.
Nice.
Good job.
And I believe when they're hurt, they get to remake that saving throw?
Nope.
Nope, it's
I
just a
actually
turn.
checked on that.
Okay, good. We get a homework point for that.
Boop, 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 boop. Love homework points. When I get them, when we get them.
Okay, and so on to these next ones who just have the regular damage. This one will also have resistance.
Hellfire.
Okay, so 8, 12, 17, 21, 22, 28, 30, 32, 34, 39, plus 40, 79.
I like that you said
Comes down
very nice and I did not.
39
On the chat.
damage.
I was like, damn, no new friends.
That's true.
Alright, and the
No new
last
friends.
damage roll.
I
Okay,
make
3,
friends every day.
5,
You do.
8, 11, 15, 16, 18, 23, 24, 28, 32, and 35, plus 40, 75 damage. 75 damage to this old boy.
Oh, I hope I helped enough, everybody.
So a 20-foot high smiley face of death. It's
My
currently
favorite
going.
kind of smiley face, to be honest.
And that was by the Elf Troll Dragon Priest.
ETDP.
He then makes an athletics check. Isn't able to get it, but he wants to move past and through, but he wants to stand on top of this. But because he didn't make it, and he doesn't want to risk...
What about his turn?
It is his turn.
Yeah,
Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you can re-roll that.
Well, if you remember, I had already done that for my initiative.
Yeah, but
It's
that was...
once
you said
per round and
turn.
once per turn.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I guess on initiative
Loopholes.
rerolls, I do count that as your turn. You would be kind of casting that influence like an ante.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't say one.
I understand it was just more of employed, but
Okay.
hey, that's the fun of having DMs.
Hell
So
yeah.
if you do that, because nobody suffers at that precedent, only I suffer.
Goofy.
That is how we'll do it. But yeah, he wants to move past, but he doesn't want to risk his concentration, so he just kind of like kicks back and is like, I have not had chicken for thousands of years. I cannot wait.
Nice.
Pardon me, I need to get another one of these going. So after the elf troll dragon priest, he's kicking back. We arrive at the bugbear. You hear a grinding get pulled from afar as a
No, it's them.
large spiked
Oh,
I don't want to say wall, but kind of it's maybe about 5 foot high, has hard angles. The first one is like the hard side of a cube with an edge, and then it seems to turn into a pyramidion. But there seems to be a lot of glints coming off of it, so you think it's mostly metal, but it's kind of that in front of him. And it looks as though he's going to try and plow.
Boy.
Here I come! A bugbear is operating a goblin war plow. Let's see what happens.
wow.
So I'm going to plow through all the way over to here. I'm going to cross through this because there is no heat on the outside. I technically will only be passing through one facing line of heat, which is this first one.
Right.
If I fail, I still have to take the damage, but I do continue moving if it doesn't kill me.
Right.
Do they take trample damage?
They're going to have to make dex checks, one of whom automatically fails.
Yep.
So we're going to confirm how well he survives that. Not well, I'll tell you that off the bat. The other one is caught by surprise, so he'll have disadvantage on this. He needed to beat a 20 with disadvantage. That puts him at a 13 with his actual score. He has a 20 on the dot, so he is able to get out of the way. And I guess that would be more like he just like spun quick enough to like have the just the graze. So this bugbear is pushing the goblin war sled through his own teammates, through the wall of fire. How well do I do against this dragon priest roll? I did succeed, so I will take half damage. I do have a blessing, so I will only take a quarter damage. As I go towards the priest, and he needs to make his dex save throw. He's not very good at it, unfortunately, and he did not succeed. Concentration to maintain. I did not succeed. The fire
But it is another person's turn. So now you can use your...
Reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what
Yes.
you're saying.
Haha!
And we'll get a homework point.
Bless up. This
I went
blessing
to
is-
college for this!
I also went to college, but not for that.
But I will say, go ahead and make sure not to do that, even if it's my turn. Though I appreciate your help very
Yes.
much, I would prefer that you let me make those mistakes, because it is to be to the better player to remember. So, I will say that is metagaming. It's a very kind version of metagaming,
Yes.
but please don't do that anymore.
That's
So-
the one sentence. I screamed.
If you want to make it your one sentence, I'm all fine with that.
Yeah.
But try and make it a more game colorful if that's going to be
Alright.
because that was just a deliberate mechanic.
Just roll.
I know.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
So moving on. Worse. Still in the same boat.
Well, no.
So let's get to our damage. So we'll go for his critical hit damage first from the Goblin War Sled, which takes us over to piercing. Damage twice.
Shit.
Oh, I don't roll those for him. Okay, this
You know,
is 18. 18, 26, 30, 39, 45, 52, 57, 63, 63, 72, 74, plus 15.
89.
Getting up in the high numbers. I am sad to say that the hobgoblin is no longer in that spot. Instead, he has been skewered through multiple parts of his body. And as you see it come into view, you notice that there is a hobgoblin with spikes coming out of his throat and his eyeball on the war sled.
So he is barbecued.
And skewered.
He's a
totally
kebab.
gone. He's a kebab. We have a hobgoblin kebab.
Kebablin. Kebablin.
A kebablin.
Okay, and so this guy with his half
Someone
damage.
make a clip out of Kebablin.
10,
Please.
10,
Kebab.
22 plus 7 is 29. Also, riding with him.
Kebablin.
Oh no, he just straight up. But he still took the half. So even with succeeding it wasn't enough.
So he's like this on the sled.
He like dodged it for a moment. He's like, I'm clear, but then it like catches his ankle and like drags it as it like totally
Dumb bitch.
lawnmowers his body.
Dumb bitch.
All right, so a hobgoblin goblin kebab.
Hobgoblin.
Let's see if it makes it an elf troll dragon priest kebab. So we had already determined he failed. So we're gonna have to do his damage.
Red flag.
What?
When he takes damage, my charm turns off.
Oh, does he just turn off, or does he have to make a save throw?
I believe when it turns off, so it might change how he reacts to
All right,
the
so let's look that up
situation.
while I finish this damage. I need to do the bugbear's fire damage, which is a quarter of what it would be. So 11, 12, 13 plus 10, 23 fire damage to the bugbear as he plows through that flame right before he made contact with the troll and turned it off.
This effect ends if the creature takes damage.
Okay, so it is just straight up gone.
Yeah.
Alright, so Dark Delirium becomes inactive, as does the concentration on the spell, as he gets punctured for 13,
Dad's gonna be angry.
13, 21, 24, 24, 26, 38 plus 15, 53. I am resistant to this, so I believe that's 21. I take 21 damage. The Elf Troll Dragon Priest takes 21 damage. Okay, so he also gets pushed 10 feet. Uh-oh. Edwin and Elf Troll Dragon Priest, we have to make dexterity save throws versus the DC of 10, not to get into one another. I'm staying up. So did you. You
Nice.
brush past and I go behind you.
Oh, I'm like, ah!
You won't move.
Okay,
It's just influencing your space.
okay.
As the war sled comes and closes this wall, so it is 5 foot. It is hazardous. It's not so much a trap as it is an extremely dangerous obstacle. So I'm putting a hazard token in this area right here. All right, so that concludes the bugbear's turn.
The pain train.
As we move to the wisp, you see Asphodel standing ahead of you, and you notice that her eyes are no longer glowing green.
You got some others. As I'm walking, on the wall. I'm going on the wall. We're going walling, pals. I would like to say to Asphodel as I pass, hey, you got other spells that can hold that guy, right? Or like make him do what you want. Yes. Okay, cool. 5, 10. When I'm in here, is there an enclosed ceiling? In this hallway?
There is.
Alright.
It's 20 foot tall.
I'm on the ceiling.
All right.
And I would like to 5, 10, or oh my god, 5, 10, 15.
Did you also count the walk up?
20, 25, 30, 35. I'm using my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Can I see
Well, actually,
or
how tall are you? Never mind. You'd have feet of clearance. He's only 7.
I'm 5 feet tall.
Okay. She's small enough.
I am short. Once I am above Edwin, can I see the bugbear and the war sled?
Yes. The war sled was only about 5 feet tall.
Oh, perfect.
It had a hooded column, but
That's fine.
you can definitely see
Alright.
the bugbear behind you.
I'm killing the bugbear. I'm putting my thing down, but I'm up on the ceiling.
Okay, so while inverted on the ceiling, you're pulling up your gun that you smithed?
Oh yeah, the gun.
Alright, so I believe his
gun.
name is Angus.
The Angus, yes.
Alright, Angus is firing.
2 shots.
Do you
Well,
want me to get you your AK?
yeah, it's in my room. We're in my house, guys.
I wonder who else lives here.
I was rolling a D12
I don't.
today. Oh, I think that's gonna be a good one, pals. Thank you. Is he surprised?
No.
That's fine. That's your fault.
But I don't.
That's fine. That's a 20. I had a 19, so that's a 36.
So ordinarily, because I would have this hardcover, most people would have a hard time shooting through that. But thankfully, to your feature,
Sharpshooter? What?
is sharpshooter what allows you to ignore hardcover?
Yeah, sharpshooter allows you to ignore hardcover.
So she can fire through this shit no problem. And like butter, that forces me to then make a Constitution-based save throw.
Good luck, pal.
17.
Fail. The bugbear is dead.
Clean and through the head, you puncture the helmet and the hood as the bugbear sprawls backward, instantly dead.
Nice. Alright,
Benchmark.
thank you. 10, 15, I forgot how to count.
Okay.
20, thank you. Even though, like, I've genuinely forgotten how to count today, guys.
Alright.
Can I see that guy?
You can see the other hobgoblin.
I'm bipping. It's bipping time. That is a 23.
I didn't do great. I'm still held. So,
Oh, it's your turn now.
as that bullet fires, yet again, another clean headshot, making it look like SEAL Team 6, eyeball gone, back of the skull, suddenly all over the back of the wall as he goes down in a molten mess.
Fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, I'm hanging out on the ceiling.
Okay,
Upside down, bouncing on the
so off of the wisp, we come to Asphodel.
Hey, my guy. How you doing?
He looks upset and angry and doesn't recognize you at all as you start to see that same rage as his eyes go back to being that piercing black with no other color.
I pretend to punch at him.
Okay.
I want him to try to attack me.
Oh, wait. I'm within 10 feet of your orb.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Well.
I'm not affected, so I'm immune to it for 24 hours. But what are you using your action on?
I want to get him to try to attack me.
I mean, it definitely looks like he's about to be doing a lot of that. Do you have anything you want to...
Yeah, I want to ready Morrigan's cape, which gives me 10 minutes of modified memory.
So is Morrigan's Cape a reaction that's a daily action? So you won't have to ready that. That will just happen in response to any time he tries to take hold. You can use that as a reaction. What do you want to spend your action on?
We'll just go ahead and try to dominate person.
Okay. What do I have to beat?
I believe it's my spell save throw.
It is your spell save DC.
That is a 24.
Okay. I am not dominated.
What you gonna do about it?
As you attempt to take hold of his mind, he shudders with his black eyes, looks towards you with grim and malice. Anything else on your turn? Any movement?
I'm gonna move myself here because I'm on the ceiling, so somebody can occupy that space.
I see what you're saying. No?
I'm just getting real ready for that cape.
Alright, well all the goblins are dead, so there is no seventh person anymore, and we go straight to Sunless Citadel.
What did I miss?
As you catch up, you see that Asphodel is trying to coerce the elf troll dragon priest as his eyes are no longer glowing green. As she attempts to cast some sort of spell with Cherokee, her pact focus, the troll seems to wave it off as he looks her direction, getting angrier by the second. But the feathers on her cape start to bristle with magical energy, preparing some sort of magical counterattack.
Alright, Celestial's going to, I guess, ready in action. Do you want to check that out?
What does that say?
I don't know. I can't read.
Can you read that?
Yeah, I said I hope Asphodel isn't dying. It says
No,
you
no,
need
no.
to check it. You need to check it and, like, make sure that it's okay.
Oh, okay. Ha 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 ha.
I think it's warning against death threats, which I appreciate, but
Yeah?
I'm
We're pretty chill mods.
no.
Does that allow?
Purple.
We're pretty chill. Got to do that.
Can we play some Stranger
Alright, so I guess,
Sure.
Celestial asks Asphodel, hey, do you want me to start shooting or just wait for now?
Instead of saying anything,
Sending stone.
I Chris Pratt Jurassic Park Raptor
Yeah. Okay.
and just say, "Get ready to get behind the corner if this doesn't work."
Alright. Asphodel readies that action.
It's not a ready action.
Alright then. Celestial is ready to kick ass, chew bubblegum, and hide behind a corner if necessary.
Got it. Alright, so after Celestial, we arrive back at Edwin.
Edwin just turns around and he's like, just kind of gives you, like, shakes his head like that. He's like, starts trying to push the war sled.
We got a juicy match.
Juicy Nat's on a strength check.
So,
Jesus.
while this sled moves, I think it would be appropriate if you quickly regaled to everyone why you're so strong and how you used to not be.
No,
As a
I'm still-
self-made man,
I'm
I can
still
definitely
not.
see this as an anecdote.
Yeah.
Dad bod. No.
Well, as some people may know, I was actually an old man at the beginning of this campaign. And through the power of, I'm sick of people trying to tempt me into becoming younger, I beat them to it and made myself younger. With all my own materials.
So how old are you?
213 years old at this point,
In
due to various time travel shenanigans.
In the body of a 30-year-old.
Yep.
And you just moved a goblin war sled by yourself.
Yeah.
Well done. It is out of the way.
Nice.
Cool. Alright. I go like this. Oh! I'm just like yelling, oh my god! Well, not in the sending stone. Oh my god, did you see that? That was so cool! Celestial, just, you hear her groan through.
Alright, so anything else? Your action is to move that, but you've only moved 10 feet.
I just kind of look around the room. Anything, I guess.
You've already been here, and
well.
everything is the way it was earlier before a war sled came plowing through, so this bench is obviously
Fantastic.
in pieces and all the shit
I,
spilled over, and what
It's
isn't
basically
completely
check
burned.
check the hobgoblins to make sure that they're not.
They're definitely dead.
Okay,
Nice.
Fantastic.
Check the hobgoblins to make sure they're
Are
not.
you, no, yeah, I think
Yeah.
Clean
Alright.
headshots.
Fantastic.
And you were literally having to like put your hands in the guts of one as you were
Yeah.
pushing that horse sled. So it's like, wait a minute here, fucking raggedy.
You had
man.
some nice ink, though.
So after Edwin, we find ourselves at Coming back to check. Da-da-da-da. Uh-oh. Where's the war sled? Where's the other guy?
The worst
Son of a bitch. Coming in, this one is not using the same war sled, but instead has something that looks much more nefarious.
Oh, man.
This is going to be difficult to explain, but I'm going to try, okay?
Okay.
Handle. Okay?
Okay.
Attached over, down, onto a chassis that holds a belt that has small serrated knives all pointing in a backward hook. A sleeve made of metal goes around the back and the hand, while the other operates a crank that makes these blades move forward.
Is it a chainsaw bicycle?
Not only is it moving with the hand, but it seems to be magically enchanted as well.
I want that so bad!
So, he only has to crank it for a little bit before it is applying on its own and capable of accelerating at different speeds while flames kind of combust a little bit off of the blades.
Alright.
I want that so bad.
Coming towards you, it seems as though he revs it up to its highest speed and brings it down towards you, Edwin.
Alright.
I need you to make a dexterity
Morning
save. So I guess that would give you advantage to your roll.
Yeah, so what would the DC be?
The DC was going to be a DC of 21.
Okay, then
So I guess that reduces it to 17.
Oh, then I made it the first time.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So...
No more fun bonus?
You made it? All right,
Yeah.
so that'll be halvesy. You are able to get... Or do you have any sort of damage reductions or anything like that towards slashing or fire or any of that jazz?
Or fire?
Yeah, there will be some fire in this.
No.
Okay. So, revved up on my highest speed. You'll take half, so I'll only roll half the damage rather than doing any division or anything like that. So, 17, 28 slashing damage.
Alright.
That was so rude.
7, 12 fire damage.
Okay, so 40.
It sparks across your whole
right.
symbol as you're able to get out of the way just in the nick of time.
That's
That
so
looked
rude.
painful. Alright, and the Bugbear's turn there. We then go back to Elf Troll Dragon Priest.
ETDP!
I attempt to use my Draconic Presence, but I am immediately met with the reaction as black feathers unfurl and magic beams forward.
Is it a bola?
So what do I have to do?
First off, I'm gonna use my Songcraft to play Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Well,
If you could fix that.
no, because this is a reaction that is solely related to Morgan's cape.
10 minutes, modify memory.
What do I need to roll?
It's against my spell save, DC,
Okay.
I believe.
It is my wisdom or my intelligence.
Again, I forgot.
It's not in that book.
It was.
Oh yeah, because of the modify memory.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing a quick rules check on the modify memory. If you know them out there, let us know. Is it wisdom,
There it is.
intelligence, or charisma?
Wisdom save through.
Okay, here we go. Versus a DC 24. Did not get it.
Let me tell you a story.
Tell them a story.
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a
Well,
time.
hold on. I will play Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Nice.
Using my Songcraft. Also, Stranger Things, watch it.
Love you,
Cheers.
Jonathan. Love you, Billy. Love you, Steve.
We don't love Billy.
I love Billy.
Is he a rat stash?
Yeah,
Fuck about that.
animal it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So, let me tell you a story. There was once a prophecy told across the Feywild of 4 adventurers that would come to save you. All elven. They would be your kin. To fight against the goblins. To fight against the goblins.
Yeah, like Edwin's just doing this, like.
Because elves and dragonkind are in this together. and the 4 elves are here to save you, and we must take this back. Are you with us? We have fulfilled our prophecy to rescue you. Do you
Looking
stand
at
with us?
Asphodel deep in the eyes and I mean, the feathers are just flying right here as if 2 crows were in the middle of a fight. You guys don't hear her say any of this. It's all happening in her mind.
Yeah.
And they elevate off the ground as there's this, like, green beam shooting out of Asphodel's eyes directly into mine. And when she lands, she gives him that ultimatum. Are you with us? Getting on one knee.
Nice.
And says,
We're all elves here!
I have always held the summer court within the highest regard.
God, that was a terrible high five.
Arbiter of Queen Tatiana, I am with you this day to war!
To war!
Alright.
Oh! I'm just like screaming in the background with a chainsaw on me.
I want that chainsaw so bad.
Yeah, talk about like having like actors rehearsal in a carpenter studio. Zzz, no, listen though. Okay, but anyway.
Yeah.
So, modified memory has taken hold of the elf troll dragon priest, and this lasts for 10 minutes. Nothing can break it. She has permanently altered his memory. He thinks they're all elves, and he has made a statement of allegiance to the Sealy Court, of whom Asphodel the Archfey represents. So we're starting to tie together those story pieces as we reach our first intermission. We're going to grab some water. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Would you guys be willing to finish out this last bugbear? And then
Yeah.
I want to finish this bugbear.
We're going to finish
off.
this bugbear just for you guys at home, and then we're going to break for intermission for just a little bit so we can all use the restroom, grab some water, do all that good stuff. How do you think this last fight's going to go? Make your predictions on who's going to get this last bugbear with the chainsaw right now, and we'll see if you're right.
I want that so bad. I've
All right,
never wanted
so-
a weapon so bad in my life.
Still Elf Troll Dragon Priest's turn, and
ETDP.
Asphodel's reaction causes...
Using my one sentence.
Yeah.
They're resistant to fire. Try something different.
Yes, my queen.
God.
All right. I'm going to come in here. Ooh, this is going to be good. I'm going to bust out a level 9 that I've read before. If you have the Wizard's Compendiums from AD&D, open up that third one in the S's and look up Self-Immolation.
What? Self-immol... Oh my god.
He succeeded, so we're not going to get to see it tonight, but... so close. Who knew a bugbear could roll so high?
How dare he?
How dare he indeed?
Wait, why did you move me?
Oh, you know, I just like this crystal. Talk
Me
about a good
too.
piece. That's a great piece.
It's a little fluorite tower.
Elf Troll Dragon Priest is unable to convince the bugbear to take the chainsaw to himself. But he does it with strength and conviction.
Nice.
So after that, we arrive at the Wisp.
I'm so excited. I want to shoot the bugbear.
Okay.
Ah!
Alright, that's gonna be a 27.
That's a hit.
Or no, I'm sorry, that's a 30. Excuse me. I can't
Still
do
a
math.
hit. Alright, let's see what can happen. I have to get a what con?
20.
Okay, I got it.
Oh! Alright.
So this goes to fucking damage.
Here's the deal. So, I was doing my homework like a good little student or
Yeah.
whatever, and I get to roll damage twice, but we also get to go to the crit table, so I don't know how you want to manage that.
So let's talk about the damage twice thing first. Explain to them why you get to do damage twice now.
So, it's the same thing. It's called Death Strike. It's the level 17, I think. Assassin rogue ability.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I hit a creature, it has to succeed on a save throw, a con save throw that's based on you have to do math to figure it out. Mine's 20.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't make that save throw, they just die. If they do make that save throw, you do double damage. But I also have the Assassinate skill, which is another assassin class-based ability, and I get to do every hit is a crit.
Okay.
Every hit is a crit, so I don't know how you want
Every
to
hit
resolve
is a
that.
crit.
So-
Do you want to do crit first, or
two-
do you want to do damage twice?
Well, let me make sure I understand this. When it says the damage twice, does it say
Roll damage twice.
roll damage twice? So that would mean anything that says in here twice would mean possibly quadruple. So please don't roll anything just yet. Because your damage counts as twice, we're going to say that that's one count of damage. So if any time it talks about singular,
Well, double it.
that means that we'll have to do that. And this is a sneak attack, I think?
Yes.
Okay. So let me see how well I do on this crit table. Bad news for me.
I get to roll on the crit table. But that's an okay roll. I'll take that.
Oh, I thought since I'm the... Oh, no, it's your weapon. Do you want to take
I will
this?
take that
All right,
15.
so that's a 15.
Not about that at all.
So yeah, we find ourselves in this moment. Quadruple damage. Here we go. I'll let you know when you cross the threshold.
Okay, so this is one kind of damage. Got a lot of ones. Not ideal, but that's okay.
So just make sure to announce the totals as you're counting
Okay, I
along.
will. So that's 10. That's 20. 30. 40. So that's
Okay.
one. 50. 60. 70.
All right.
80. 92.
Okay. Very nice.
Hold on, so that's double damage. What did I say? 92.
Mm-hmm.
102. 100 or 112. There we go. I don't know how to count. This is gonna be something, guys.
All right.
122.
Okay.
132.
All right, and we're there. Go ahead and stop.
Okay. Cool. I can keep rolling.
The bullet shatters the mask worn by the bugbear, denting it so far into its face that it screams in pain, trying to wrench the helmet off, and in doing so drops the chainsaw onto its body, severing it in half as it falls to the ground. I'm placing an item token
Yeah, I'm
in its stead.
I want to pick that up, please.
Yeah.
I want that so
What is
bad.
your strength score?
An 8.
You do not meet the minimum strength requirement to operate this weapon. You need a strength score of 15.
Can I pick it up? I
You
want to.
cannot pick it up. You could
Man.
maybe fit the bag over it on
Yeah,
the ground.
I want to do
but
that.
you
I
cannot
want to
pick
put
up
it
now.
in my bag.
All right, so
This is the worst news I've ever gotten in my life.
Here, is it my turn next?
it is not your turn next. It's intermission, so we'll be
I was just gonna pick it up and put it in her bag for her.
Thank you.
okay. Asphodel arrives.
Thanks, Mama.
Big strong hands.
However, I would like to make this argument that though it is an exotic weapon, it counts as a melee. And so it feels good in your hands, Asphodel. It feels very good in your
Do you
hands.
my
want it?
God.
Do you want to use Do you want the chainsaw?
It does have to be attuned with, so
I
we'll
will
have to
take
cross
my
that. over.
axe
Okay.
over this horse shit any day.
But when we do talk about it next time. All right.
It's
Well,
such a good weapon.
thanks for joining us so
Okay,
far.
We're thirsty.
We're gonna take a 5-minute intermission. Go ahead and enjoy our slideshow, and we'll be right back with more Sunless Citadel from Tales from the Yawning Portal.
Bye.
Alright, and welcome back. We're here in the Sunless Citadel. If you weren't able to join before we took our intermission, we have moved along with our elf troll dragon priest that was previously under the guise of the Dark Delirium from Asphodel the Archfey. As he led us back towards the kobold colony, we entered the first room, which is where the wormling, known as Calcrix, was once housed with Meepo the Guardian watching over it. However, since the goblins have taken Calcrix, we have noticed them already skirting this area, looking for ways in. On our first time going through here before we went back to answer the call of a Chardalon. So this is our second time in the room, and what do we find? Well, goddammit, the goblins have gotten back in. This time it's not just the hobgoblins, but also some sort of goblin infantry, as well as bugbears with devastating machines of war. This newest one we found seems to be some sort of magical chainsaw that you need a strength of 15 to operate. Between the combined power of the elf troll dragon priest, Asphodel the Archfey, Edwin the Morning Lord, and the Wisp, we have killed 2 hobgoblins, 2 goblins, and 2 bugbears as we continue to make our way through the Sunless Citadel back towards the throne room.
Making my way downtown, walking fast.
No, that's the moving as a group music.
Alright, so that being said, we are going to pick back up right there. Asphodel has just moved over to the Wisp's bag of holding and helped her escort this new chainsaw back into the bag of holding. While they're all standing there, we move off of the Wisp's turn to Asphodel's turn. So you would have moved over there, bonus action to place.
In my bag.
And you've moved a total of 5, 10, 15 feet so far.
Great ally. We need to keep moving.
I agree, says the elf troll dragon priest.
Since you know the way, lead it.
Alright, he moves ahead where you can see him start to prepare some other things. Alright, so we got some deviations.
What is this hazard?
That's the sled.
Yeah, that's the worst sled.
Okay.
Alright, so anyway. Kaboom. Kaboom. Kaboom.
I almost asked a dumb question.
Kaboom. Need some more. I'm gonna have to reclaim. Oh, no, I don't. Do I not have any more?
We've killed too many today.
Oh, because I got the majority of them. Hang on over there.
The magic dragon.
Oh no! What was that? Chapstick. No!
Chapstick down!
So, it's okay. I've got multiple archetypes. Alright. Now I'm going to be using the PC tokens. You hear yelling throughout this area as it kind of drifts through the hallway. You hear familiar speakings in Draconic. So who all here can speak Draconic? Raise your hands.
We all can.
Truth can.
Truth is the
real
dragon.
good at it.
Okay, so you hear him saying, Priestess, fall back to the sanctum. As she responds, the sanctum is gone, you fool. We must protect the prisoners. And at that, he's like, what? And turns this way, and instead of creating that particular wall that he had done last time, he's going to tell her to fall back. She gets inside the kobold colony area where arrows and slings are firing out of this main door. She gets in, you kind of hear a loud slam and a latch shut. Pointing the other way, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. Bringing my hands together, I form a snowball that kind of grows a little bit larger. And then I take the other hand and I shape it into a long spear, like the White Walker King in Game of Thrones. And seeing that these two are perfectly aligned, I throw it between, or at them, hoping to catch both. Let's see how they do. These dexterity-based save throws.
Well.
One's pretty good. The other, not so much. A nice little d8, so he'll take half. I'm going to roll the same kind of damage and then just divide it for the first one since it's the same line. Alright, 11. 17. 17. 26. 26 ice damage to the back one here. I should probably write all the numbers down real quick. These guys are dead.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Alright.
Fierce.
So I've got K4, K5. I've got R1, R2. And I've got B2, B3. B2, B3, and K4 and K5 are both goblins. And the reds will represent hobgoblins again for this, even though none of you can see this because Elf Troll Dragon Priest can. It's upcoming and early. Alright, and so the one who failed his save throw, this first one who succeeded, he is slowed for a round. And the other one is taken back 10 feet. That's against the wall, and it has 10 feet, so he takes an additional 1 damage. Total of 28. So 28, K4. And 14 to K5.
How rude.
Alright. I've done some bidding. Because of that, they are now entering the encounter. Nice. And the hobgoblins. That's nice. As we adjust the initiative order, and I'll go ahead and write this down again. We got a couple of roll-offs that need to happen now. So, Asphodel and the hobgoblins. Base roll, no modifiers. He's gotten a 5, she's gotten a 9. Asphodel wins.
Such a big dick swinging die.
Alright, so the new initiative order sees the following recognized. Number 1, Edwin.
Yay.
Where does Truth come in?
Number 2, Elf Troll Dragon Priest.
ETDP.
Followed by the goblins.
ETDP. Do we get the
Followed
bonus
by
back?
the Wisp. Yes, you never
Right.
lost it.
Oh,
The spirit's infused into you. He
Oh,
can't
nice.
undo the ritual just because he
he's mad at us.
got a little fucked in the head for a second. Followed by Asphodel. Followed by the hobgoblins. And then bringing us up in the rear, good old Sylvestriel.
Woo! Do.
Ooh.
So let me get that typed out for y'all at home.
I put your item back over there because we picked it up and put it in the bag.
We're going to keep with this roll, and seeing that the ETDP is second, I just realized I skipped third.
Who's this third?
The goblins are third.
I can't believe that.
But I beat them.
Asphodel did beat them.
You
beat
beat
the
the hobgoblins. Appreciate help.
Do.
I'm supporting. I'm being supportive.
Aren't you proud of me?
Okay, that gets it done.
Dad.
Oh,
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna say
here
about that voice later.
is our initiative breakdown. 1. Edwin. 2. ETDP. 3. Goblins. 4. The Wisp. 5. Asphodel. 6. Hobgoblins. And 7th. Sylvestriel. Alright. Let's get after
I
it.
hope I never have to spell Celenestrial's name.
I'm just gonna call her L.
Spell it phonetically.
That's what I do, but like, what? I'm not gonna put that evil out into the world. Never mind.
Good thing, because here come the goblins.
Wow.
You hear a loud noise happen on the other, or not so much a loud noise. You feel an intense tremor occur from the other side of this door.
How's their hearing?
You only pick up the tremors. You don't know what it is, but something just made a loud tremor from over here.
Would it be in hearing range of my orb?
No. Okay, and then
I do love the orb.
getting up and moving towards. I charge. No, I don't. I get to about here, and with my dangling spinning balls connected by one cord, I let my bola fly.
Is that what we're calling it these days?
I am successful.
Bowls of steel.
Okay, so in hitting him, I only do half damage. He is immobilized. He has to make his dexterity save throw, which he fails. But he is immobilized.
EDTP?
And takes 3 damage. Okay. So as he's immobilized, this one moves past.
Hey,
This
Wisp,
one
can you
moves
hand
past.
me the DMG?
The Dunga.
Dunga?
This one moves to here.
Dungar?
And looking at the troll on the ground, I go ahead and hold my fist outstretched at a safe distance and let 4 fiery eldritch bolts off into him.
Into the EDTP?
Hit. Ooh, that one might actually just fall short. Wait, no, he's negative. Ow. 2 of those miss. 12, 30, 42. All right, and our EDTP goes unconscious.
No, my guy, my dude.
All right, these ones keep moving.
Can they hear me?
You're not talking, are you?
The
The
orb.
orb.
The orb.
It just here's melodic notes, and I'll explain this one more time. When people get within 5 feet of it is when it turns discord, and that's how it worked with us. Once you took a step through the doorway and got to here was when we talked about it. So I understand everyone's excited about the orb. I got it, I promise. So he gets to about right here. The orb naturally starts being discordant. I do not succeed on my wisdom save throw, and I keep moving. This cues an attack of opportunity. If you want to use your reaction through Warcaster to cast a spell. What spell do you have to cast?
I would like to cast... I mean, I'd rather just use my axe.
So you want to take it with your axe?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 attacks. Hit. Hit.
Nice.
Alright, so Asphodel uses... Oh, hold that, please. Asphodel uses her enchanted axe with an attack of opportunity on the goblin who failed his save throw against the Orb of Discord, which means he has to go running in fear.
Back to the... so anyway, he gets 1d6 plus 22 for each. So 23,
Okay.
25, 23, 25,
Is,
58,
47. Or 48.
48.
Alright, I am resistant against slash damage, so 24 to B3. Alright, he keeps running. Oof. Edwin, I'm also queuing an attack of opportunity from you should you wish to take it with your Warcaster. So I try to get through you.
Yeah. Make a dex save of 28.
Sure, bro. Didn't get it.
Alright.
No big deal.
So 8, 6, 14, 27 damage.
Can you describe to us visually what just happened?
As he runs by, a streak of light comes down from the ceiling and just...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is it loud, or is it more just a visual thing?
Visual.
Okay, so we just saw a really bright strobe of light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, like, sparks off.
How much damage did that do?
28 radiant.
I am not resistant.
It's killing time, friends.
Okay, well,
Run into the plow.
I need you to make an acrobatics check against me. Whoever wins stands the ground. Wow. Got a nat 1 on my end. As the goblin tries to go between your feet, you catch him in the nose with a knee, and he stays right where he's at.
Little bitch, you can't fuck with me.
Put my staff in his face.
Well,
like,
I'm actually not allowed to stop. I have to
No,
keep
you
trying
have
no
to
matter
keep-
what. But
Yeah.
I don't have an action to get over this. I have to run to here. Alright, so he's following the orders of the Orb of Discord, which makes him flee to the first area where we discovered the buried Templars, which are no longer buried and very much cruising for a bruising. So we're going to see what's going to happen with this
Good thing we didn't kill
goblin.
those.
So as that goblin tries to do that, this hobgoblin moves up in the cavern after watching that whole repartee. Alright, I channel a large ball of fire and send it hurling. Actually, let's take a couple steps back and send it hurling into this room as an explosion emanating from this sphere surrounds everyone. It comes up, so I need everyone to make
Misty
a...
step.
You have not had a short or long rest to get Misty Escape back yet. You already used it over here. You use Misty Step because of your Misty Escape class-based feature through the Archfey, and that is once per short or long rest.
Okay.
So, Dexterity save throws, everyone,
Oh,
versus
good.
DC 21. Please tell me that failed.
Knock knock, reroll.
It failed.
Oh, yeah.
Says Edwin.
Real.
Wow,
so,
got a juicy natch with the whisk.
0 damage. 0 damage. Never damaged.
Not
21. Alright, so the wisp knows what to do, and while she's standing on the ceiling, she gets incredibly small and covers and is able to escape that. The rest, not so fortunate as a fireball goes off.
Alright.
Alright, that is 4, 10, 12, 14, 18, 22, 26, 27, 31, 34, 39, 45, 46, 47, 49 fire damage. Is anyone currently wearing anything of the rare value or down that was afflicted by that spell?
It didn't hit me, right?
Correct. You got small on the ceiling.
Hmm.
You Spider-Man'd it, literally.
I guess technically my robe
You're
is
naked.
normal.
Your robe is?
Just my robe, yeah.
It's gone.
Well,
You're naked underneath that.
ladies.
The only thing that would
and
have
gentlemen.
survived that much damage would be metal or stone.
Alright, well, hey,
And it would be hanging on by a thread. It'd be at 1 HP.
Okay. Well, yeah. All my magic stuff's fine. Clothes, not so much.
Alright, Edwin is now in the nude.
No, I have a shawl.
Okay. Wait, was it blessed?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very rare.
Okay, so
And
we've got...
so are those robes, aren't they?
Yeah, because our ropes are they're magic.
Yeah. They're very rare.
Robes?
Our armor.
Yeah. Are
Oh,
like fun
mine's
ropes?
not.
Oh well, ours are.
Ours are okay.
I appreciate all
Yes.
that. So you have a shawl.
Yeah.
So just waist down
Yep.
is exposed. All right. So we're hanging brain. It
Dick
is
swinging.
free love.
Dick swinging.
Sunless Citadel.
Big dick swinging in the Sunless Citadel.
Dick's up
Just
for
got a
Robbie.
little bit more festive.
So that's what that looks like.
It's my kind of party. So that's what that looks like.
Is that normal?
All right. So
It's actually very extraordinary.
There's a benchmark. Okay, so he just let off a fireball and is hanging back. So after, then we get to the Wisp and Asphodel.
The Wisp first, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Alright. 5, 10, 15. Bip.
She's firing at me.
I'm firing
Yeah.
my gun. That's a 34.
Cimbers explode into the air as his
No, he
form
has to make his save throw. Oh,
disappears.
how dare he?
I'm reacting to the shot.
I'm mad. How dare he? That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
I guess I wouldn't be back yet, but he's gone. Cinders explode into the
What
air.
did I say? That was 15,
Mhm.
20, 25.
Still
Oh.
on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay.
30, 35. I can see that monster, right?
You can see that hobgoblin, yes.
That's a nat 20.
And he explodes into cimbers.
That's fine. I'm using up those reactions.
Now
If
you
those are the same ones, do they get a second
the
reaction?
ETDP seems
Yeah.
to be down on the ground.
Okay.
Sending stone. Give him a good berry.
I'm working on it.
Give him a good
25, 30, 35.
Okay.
Gonna use my BA. I'm not gonna use my BA to dash.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang out here and actually I'm gonna 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna hold my weapon
Got it.
and hide. I'm gonna
Okay.
use my BA to hide.
Alright, so the wisp is hiding on the ceiling.
I'm not hiding on the ceiling, I'm hiding in the shadows.
On the ceiling?
No, she
No,
went
I
down.
got
Oh,
down.
you did go down.
Yeah,
missed
it
that.
took movement.
She went down,
Okay.
down.
So that brings us to Asphodel.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay. You don't have to dash just yet. 4, 5, 30, 35, 40.
And I wanna peek around the corner.
Okay. Definitely seems to be a goblin standing there readying something from his pouched belt.
Okay. And I see them all going. Do I see them?
No, you did not see them. However, your tremor
Tremor
sense does allow you
sense.
to know that there's somewhere within this cavern of rooms.
Whatever.
Using tremor sense, I want to blink into the rooms that they're in.
So blink means at the end of your turn, we roll to see if you teleport. You have to get a 10 or up. So go ahead and roll for me if you want to end your turn, that casting blink and then ending your turn. All right, so you are able, so you'll reappear at the start of your next turn.
Ooh, Angel, be surprising.
All right, so you are inside of the prison cell that was described earlier, where 4 goblin prisoners are currently communicating with the one that just entered the room.
Do I see anything in the ethereal realm like I did earlier?
Oh, one of the scratches?
Yeah.
No.
Did I get a homework point?
Scratch and homework.
So the
Great
death
rubber.
notes that she's referring to. So we have death notes, just like in the game Dark
So
Souls in the
emo.
ethereal plane.
Dark
you can find
Souls.
these death notes and
Don't lean back.
it gets some insights into the fight, but there's not one in here. Okay, so you're in there, Asphodel. We go to right. They both reappear.
Where? Horse shit. Okay.
And again, you do not know this.
I know, I'm just mad. I'm just mad. I hate it when things don't die when I hit them.
All right, and then we get to Silin Esriel.
Alright.
Celestial is the only one within sight. She sees red flashes occur behind this wooden door that you had looked in earlier.
She calls that out.
By saying...
Red flashes in the room behind us!
Yeah.
Celestial, straightforward. Gotcha.
Very efficient. I appreciate it.
Alright.
What next?
What is this?
That is.
Who is this?
This is a goblin who rushed into the room and tried to make his way through your legs when you caught him with a knee.
Oh, yeah.
You also caused a great and terrible beam of light to conjure from Paylor's power and struck him earlier. And he is currently trying to climb over the goblin war sled because he feels compelled due to the orb of discord to retreat to this room and face judgment of the Templars.
Alright. Celestial will move here and shoot with the bow.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Bow shooting.
That would be...
Yeah, perfectly good
22.
table.
Hit.
Fantastic. And that will be...
This is piercing damage.
Yes.
I am resistant.
Damn it.
You're doing great.
5
Nice.
damage.
Gotta
Good.
whittle him down.
Good job.
Celestial's arrow attempts to fleck, but is burst by interacting with the metal armor on the goblin.
Honestly, I
Is that it for Celestial?
She's gonna... This is something I can take cover behind, correct?
Yes. It
All
is a wormling enclosure.
Alright, well, I take cover behind the wormling enclosure.
Alright, we then go back to Edwin at the top of the round.
Alright. You motherfuckers!
Oh, yeah.
Edwin is real pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Starts walking this way.
Told me to walk.
Tries to roll up his sleeves, but they're gone.
Big dicks
He's just got a shawl
Big
only,
dicks.
right?
Yeah, the shawl just kind of like goes...
Naked, waist down.
Yeah.
Big
So you
dicks.
burst open the room, and there's the two hobgoblins that are also naked along with you.
Yeah.
Everybody's naked.
I just hold up the little iron bar I'm supposed to use for my spell component.
Okay.
And I just shake my head and go, you! And make a DC 28 wisdom save, both of you.
Oh boy.
No. And no. But it's a new round, and we out of here.
No?
Those
No, they're
fucks!
paralyzed.
Oh, it's not damage?
No.
Oh, never mind. We're both here.
Fuck you guys.
We want to.
Fuck you guys.
But it is
I
dependent on taking
yelled that
damage.
out to
So.
you guys. I'm like, hey, those two fucking jackasses. I'm basically, you just hear like, what? They're in the room.
You have entombed the two hobgoblins in radiant light given to you through Paylor
Jelly bone zone.
in relationship to your patron, Lathander. And because did that gold bar cost any money?
No, it's just like a bit of iron, like a.
Oh, then you would have used your spell focus.
Oh, well then there you go.
So holding up the symbol.
Yeah.
Dope shit coming off that symbol.
Yeah.
All right, and do you want to end with any other movement?
I'm just staying here watching them.
Okay, standing here
Sure they're
watching the
not-
two hobgoblins that you have held in place.
Yeah.
We then move to... I was not felled with acid. No, I was hit by fire. Okay, so I am unable to regenerate this round.
I'm working on it.
Okay, and that brings us to Asphodel. No, wait, I said that wrong. It's this guy and these guys. He starts at work at unfastening the prisoner. And you can kind of see this in just like some grainy monotone texture. She's in the ethereal plane. He unfastens the first prisoner. The second one comes in, unfastens the second prisoner. I'm going to represent the prisoners with action points.
Oh my god, I want to kill
For
everyone.
all intents and purposes, just count them as 1 HP and an armor class of 8.
Nice.
and they look as though they're going to start with the other ones. This one comes around the corner, looks for the wisp.
Good goddamn
So
luck.
go ahead and make that stealth check. She was hidden, so she gets advantage.
That's a 30.
Versus a 13. Cannot tell the wisp is there. And so I join my comrades and dash and enter the room. Well, there's nowhere really to enter, so I kind of get to the doorway and realize I'm just causing congestion and spend the rest of my movement going back
They
out.
wouldn't see me.
I know, it's that I can't fit in with them. They've already freed these two guys, so there's like a we need to get them out kind of thing going on between them in Goblin. And then this last one spends his action to hop over the shed and then tries to take off past you, Ed. Do you wish to use your reaction as an attack of opportunity through Warcaster to deal any more damage?
Yeah, go ahead and make that deck save.
With a total of 20.
Nope.
All right.
Pew, pew!
6 plus
14.
so
With his holy symbol already in hand, he
33.
just turns it. And
Bitch.
yet another burning light. 33, you said?
yes.
Striking him in the back, you see his flesh sear as he's barely able to keep upright and moving.
Nice.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He dashes 45, 50, 55, 60. As he crosses the threshold, the eyes of a Chardalon's Templars activate as you just hear a as the trap is activated. However, even only taking half damage he juicy natched, he is at 6 HP, and I'm sorry, but their minimum damage goes over that. Grabbing him one by one, their hands lay on him and disintegrate him
Do I get
into
that
a
kill?
pile of dust on the floor.
Do I get that
Who gets that kill?
I mean, I'll just give you guys benchmarks when you clear the whole units.
I guess
so,
that's
kill?
fair.
I mean, but
You've
for
got
the most
3
kill
more.
award at the end of the shield meet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, that would be you.
What is he?
That was a goblin.
Well.
I've killed the most bugbears tonight.
I've taken off the most clothes.
You have. You've gotten the most naked.
Okay, so after the goblins, we find ourselves at the Wisp and then Asphodel. So the Wisp, take us there.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
Whipping around this corner and whipping and bipping.
All right. So Angus points over to the side as a shot is fired. He is surprised. He did
Okay,
not know where you
that
were.
is that's a 27.
Hit.
Cool.
Constitution save throw is insufficient as the bullet pierces through his armor, through his heart, and he is left dead next to the column.
Deuces, pal. I would like to take out a good berry
Okay.
and drop it into EDTP's mouth. I'm not activating it, I'm just throwing it in there.
So I would remind you that earlier he said
Oh yeah, he regenerates. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
that he needs the blood of living flesh. Hashtag necromantic. Hashtag good berries
I have a bad berry.
do not have the desired effect. As you put it onto his skin, it bursts and sizzles. As you deal him divine damage because he is at 0.
Sorry.
He is pushed past his threshold and he is dead.
Dead.
Yes.
Because he's, yeah.
Okay.
That's how undead do.
Sorry, pals.
The ED, the elf troll dragon priest, as the good berry is
The
pushed into his
fuck?
mouth, dissolves back like a cyanide capsule, causing the billions of worms to flee from the host.
That's
as the
very
magic
gross.
leaves
I'm very sorry, but that's
his
very
host,
gross.
and the troll is dispersed.
Okay. Well,
Pour one out for elf troll dragon priest.
5, 10.
Oh wait, we need to back up that whole thing. You couldn't give him a good berry because you had just used your action on an attack.
And for the record, I said I was not giving him a good berry. I was throwing it at him, hoping to get to his mouth. I was just flinging it as I walked by. So
So it's laying on the ground next to him.
that's
I'm
fine.
marking that with an item token.
I'd like to yell, or I would like to whisper to him as I go by. Don't
He
use
can't
that.
hear you. He's unconscious.
Okay, well, I hope it doesn't use that.
You probably knows.
elf troll dragon
10,
priest still in the game.
15, 20,
Spit one back out for.
Slam one back.
30. Okay, I'd like to whisper to, or I'd like to, speaking stone, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Whatever. Sounding stone to Asphodel. And I'd like to say, hey, little mama, you want some backup in there?
Would I hear that in ethereal plane?
In ascending. Oh wait, yeah. Well,
I'm like, I would
Yeah,
appreciate
no.
some
it
backup.
would come through
I've
like
got
static
two
with like
hobgoblins
mics listening
Like,
for
uh,
help.
shot.
You'd hear like
Back up! Back up!
She's alive.
Alright,
I tried. Stay where you are. Just shoot.
okay. I still have my other shot.
Yeah.
So can I know it's not technically like a full action. Can I ready that other shot for anybody who comes out of here? If that makes sense? Like,
I see what you're saying, and no. The entire action would have to be ready for that.
Tabernac, Dosti.
Dabernac Dosti.
Okay.
Indeed.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. How far did I move? 20?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay. So, I did 25 there and
Yeah.
25 back.
Okay. That's 50.
My total is 70, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm making my way back downtown.
I get you. All right, Asphodel, at the start of your turn, you exit the ethereal plane into the room by surprise behind the goblin prisoners and their attempted escape artists.
Do.
What does do? Oh, yeah, they're within 10 feet. Everyone, what's this? Oh, I already know. It's based on the item. Fail.
Nice.
Fail.
Nice.
He wanted to get close. So did he. Everybody leaves who isn't physically chained to the wall.
Oh my
5, 10, 15.
They would incur attacks of
Do
opportunity.
you have Warcaster? Or a melee weapon equipped?
Would they not occur
I can
from
use
me?
my gun as a melee weapon.
We had talked about that.
I can swing
Yeah,
my gun as a
okay,
melee
so-
weapon.
Would
I
they
cannot
not
shoot.
occur
Yes.
from me?
You have a bayonet.
It would occur for you as well. So just give me a moment. Let me finish their movement and see what all we queue from everyone. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Right, so they're all attempting to move to this area, which goes along the path of an opportunity attack from your weapon butt, an opportunity attack from either your axe or a spell because of Warcaster. Selena Striels uses an elven longbow, correct?
Yes.
She has a short bow.
Okay, never mind.
And a rapier.
And you've already used your reaction with that other guy. And it's been the same round. Has
Oh.
it not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it was the same round. It was still during this whole thing.
Yes.
So your reaction is spent. So we have opportunity attacks being taken from Warcaster by Asphodel and from being hit by the butt of Angus by the Wisp. Let's see how it pans out. Which one are y'all hitting?
One beam to each person, Eldritch Blast.
Spell, not a cantrip.
So
Give them
Silnestrial
some
can make a
Hadar.
melee.
I bet they're hungry.
An elven longbow can be used as a melee weapon.
Well, no.
Sure, so.
Silnestrial has a rapier.
When did she equip that?
She's out the entire time. She's
I thought you
hasn't
just shot a
pulled it out.
bow.
Yeah, she has a bow.
Well,
And a
you
rapier.
can't pull it out as the reaction you're using.
She
the bow.
can't shoot. She can't Eido. Okay.
No.
Damn. There was a hope and a dream there. Hands up for Lashanya Jackson.
We're just
destroying
gonna use,
our dreams one player at a time.
Retribution of the Feywild.
Yes.
Okay. To which one?
What are their classes again?
We don't know their classes, but
Who
we
was
do
trying
know
to free?
these two are trying to free these two.
I'll go for him.
Okay.
It's 20.
Go to the crit table.
Well, is that a you make against me, or do I make it against you?
For Eldritch Blast?
No, Retribution of the Feywild. Is that Disintegrate?
It's my form of disintegrate.
And can we get a spell check, please, on whether or not that's a reaction? I was under the impression that I had to make a save throw for that one.
Oh, I opened right to the correct page.
Very cool.
Dex save throw.
Yes, okay. So, even though it is a beautiful match, that's a roll.
She saved that match for later.
What do I have to get?
Your spell save DC.
24.
Okay, so I had already said I was surprised, so I have disadvantage. That makes this a 13. This is a dexterity save throw. Puts me at 20, which is a fail. Yeah.
You're going to tack 40 onto this.
Okay.
10, 22, 62.
All right. As he crosses in front of Asphodel, he turns into ash and falls forward on the floor as if you had spilled a gallon of salt on the ground, as he is disintegrated and returned to organic matter. He was a goblin. Now he's a pile of salt. And what about you?
Smacking that hobgob.
Ooh, there is no hobgoblin.
Whatever,
Yeah,
There are
that guy.
two goblins.
The two of them in a room.
That guy.
Okay.
Whatever that guy
Gotcha.
is. I'm smacking him.
Okay.
That is going to be a, so that's plus 7, so that's a
23
23.
hit.
cool, good. So it's only 1d6.
Okay.
But is he surprised?
Yeah, I didn't know you were there.
Nice. Oh, you have to make a save throw. So, that's good news.
I thought the safe throw was only when you were firing it as item in tins, not just hitting with the item.
Whenever I hit a creature.
With how the gun is supposed to be used at the ranged attack.
It does not say
does not
that.
specify?
It says with any weapon, yeah.
Okay.
No matter what you're doing.
I did not succeed it.
Bye, friend.
All right, so that butt caught him square in the face, and it cracked his skull. It looks like he had stunt cables attached to a harness that pulled him toward the ground at hundreds of miles per hour. As his head hits the back, it makes that sickly, ooh, someone just hit their head on something hard sound.
I was not
as it
gonna say
cracks,
that one,
and he
but-
immediately starts hemorrhaging black blood all over the ground. These two slaves enter the Templar region, and at only 1 HP, they are devoured.
Are they goblins as well?
They were.
That thing is very fun. I like that.
Ash. Okay.
Oh, does EDTP come back to life?
Once it becomes his turn again, which is not yet, but I appreciate it. It is
I'm excited.
still Asphodel's turn. You arrived in a room and used your reaction. You still have your action and all of your movement remaining. You heard someone strike one of the goblins as they left the door and opened it, and you presume the wisp is on the other side.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna come out of here
All right.
and I turn to look. I want to go in there.
So this is a wall with a weapon rack on the other side. This is the stone door.
In Draconic,
Okay.
speak friend and enter, basically.
All right. It doesn't seem that they can hear you on the other side. You might need to do something that...
Hey, help me kill these guys.
Oh, I forgot about those guys.
Please, one moment.
Blink.
That just happens naturally at the end of your turn. It lasts for a minute. So you want to wait till you blink again?
How far can I blink?
When you blink, I think you can move up to 15 feet from where you currently are.
Okay. I wanna... Is this stone?
It is, yes. Solid stone.
Standing... Tremorsense standing right behind it?
You can feel a mass of footsteps on the other side as well as fires. That is the kobold colony.
Okay, I'm gonna keep them safe and then sprint back to see where everyone is.
Okay.
So, how far do I have?
You have moved 5, 10, 20, 25, 30 feet so far.
So dashing.
If you want to, you still have your action available.
Okay. So how I would like to get close.
Okay.
So how close can I get with that? That's what I'm asking.
You could go back again. 5 would put you at 35, then you could dash and move through the system.
Okay. Tell me when I can stop then.
Well, count it out with me. Remember, we use the hop method, so every inch is about 5 feet, so you can go 35, dash, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Where's that supposed to be here? 35 would put you right there.
Okay. And look.
Okay, here we go. You are in the ethereal. Creative.
I like it.
She has positioned herself in the small room with the held hobgoblins behind them, currently in the ethereal
Do I
plane.
see anything in the ethereal plane here?
Yes, there is a shining, sparkling light coming off of both of their bodies that seems to transcend plane. It's almost like sunshine has some sort of like chokehold on them. They're
Nice.
unable to move. But it is very bright in the ethereal plane.
Is it pretty?
Very pretty. It looks like diamonds.
Ah.
Diamonds encrusted with an inner light source. So that being said, we move off of Asphodel and back to Sunless Citadel.
All right.
Oh wait, do I get to make it at the end when I'm held?
Well, you make it at the end of your turn.
Okay, so I'm there again.
Yeah.
Alright, yay.
Ah!
Yes! One is free with the juicy natch. The other is not.
Fantastic.
Bursting out of my confines.
So Nesriel will get her turn.
They go before her. There's 6.
Oh,
She's
okay.
7. But, anyway, bursting out of my
Wait, you
confines.
said there's 6?
There's 6th.
Okay.
She's 7th.
Okay, I thought you said.
Bursting
Because
out
she
of
got
my
it something.
confines, I take for the staircase. And, well, I don't have anyone to help me with it this time.
Bummer.
So I've got to figure out how to... stand prepared. So I'm down the staircase and the floor below them. Waiting for something to go down. Okay, so the other one's held. Sunless Citadel.
Okay. She runs in,
Okay.
puts a gag in this one's mouth. Just
Okay.
like,
Just in case.
yeah.
He puts up no resistance.
Fantastic. She also
Anything
stabs
else?
him.
Stabs him.
But she gets the reroll
Hey.
Hit.
hit.
Nice.
And he takes damage from her lunge ability,
Very nice.
which I will tell you all about
Okay.
as soon as I reload the PDF.
PDF.
PDF. So he takes
Count out that for us.
so that's 16 right there,
Okay.
plus an additional 4.
So that's 20
20
piercing damage.
Yep.
Onto R1.
Yep.
All right.
And he, as if it is as intended, he cannot cast spells that have a verbal component.
Correct.
Fantastic.
So she stabs the held man. When I take damage, do I get to remake it, or is it
No.
just at the end? All right. So I'm stabbed cleanly with a lunge as the sword pierces through my naked body and then back
Yep.
out of my naked body.
Dicks everywhere.
Edwin, it is your turn.
All right.
Swam.
So. Dun 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 dun. Go up the stairs, look up at
Down
him.
the stairs.
Oh, down the stairs?
You're going down the stairs?
No.
Okay.
I go up. How big is the opening on the stairs?
About 5 feet.
I put my hand on the floor.
Okay.
It's stone, correct?
Yes.
Stone shape. I close the stairs.
What do you mean you close the stairs?
I make the stone move so that the stairwell is closed.
I don't understand what you mean. If I was looking at a cylinder and it's
so,
down, are you making that a completely solid shape?
Yeah. So that the floor connects with, just so that he can't come back up.
Got it.
Yeah.
Close off that stairs.
Yep.
Alright, suddenly, even in the ethereal realm, the stairs that were once there are no longer.
Well, this is uncomfortable because I was...
Well, I mean, you were occupying that space, but now it's just like your back's to the wall.
I was...
Yeah.
No, I know. I was planning on going down the stairs.
I know. I'm just letting you know that the stairs aren't there anymore.
Even if I had been on the stairs, would I not be entrapped?
No. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
with the way they would have done it, just coming back off in that small amount of space. Alright, so Edwin has closed the staircase.
Yep.
And that brings us to... Oh, is there anything else you want to do? Any movement?
I already did
You've
it.
already done some 5.
Yeah.
That's it? Okay.
Yep.
That takes us on down. I have regenerated enough health to come back online. Standing up. I walk through, inspecting everything.
All those dead peepskis. He can eat some dead people.
Moving in. See that there are still 2 prisoners. See the wisp in the distance and yell out, "What has happened?"
A lot of killing.
That does not give me the detail I require. Step aside, friend. Continues moving. Stops right there.
To be fair, that's all I know.
Alright, so as he gets to there, we end. There's none of them left. That puts us at the wisp.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Bruh.
Looking through the doorway.
Yeah.
Gang. Is he surprised?
He's surprised and
Hell,
paralyzed.
so
So that's a 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a disadvantage on this roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives me a -2 overall. Blood flies covering your face as the head of the held hobgoblin is completely shaved off. A bullet nearly took off your own face and is embedded in the stone
Sorry, guy.
behind you. She did it with expert precision. Never once were you at danger, but she made it just close enough that you know she keeps it real.
Yeah.
Hey, you should probably open that stone back up so you can go down there and fuck up that other hobgoblin the next time you get a chance. Bruh.
Yeah. Do we know what's down there?
No one has gone down there so far.
Oh, well.
I think we
being-
should
like, yeah,
just go
I
down
can do
to
that,
the-
just
that
give
being
me a
said,
second.
this is the Whiff's turn. So Whiff,
Yeah.
could you please continue?
I think we should all go down there as a Grizzoob. I think we should probably let EDTP here go fizzerst. Good deal.
Okay. And that brings us to Asphodel.
In the ethereal plane.
So you're back in the prime material.
Okay, well, I want to land in the staircase.
What do you mean?
When I intended to re-land,
Yeah.
I wanted to be down on the floor below to flank up.
You did not physically have enough space to get down there. The ethereal plane still has those steps. You moved 5, 10, 15. Or even if you went it this way, 5, 10, 15. You would not have had enough to go vertically down.
Okay. I'll just cast Blink again.
Well, I mean, Blink is still happening. Do you just want to wait to the end of your turn?
Yeah, I want to go down there.
Alright, so go ahead and roll to see if you go ethereal again. You are.
And I want to keep following him.
You cannot. There is still no physical way to get down there.
What?
The staircase is enclosed.
static standing stone. Please open the staircase.
Give me a minute.
Right, so after that we get to him after being sealed in. I'm kind of freaking out for a little bit, so I'm gonna harm myself.
Good.
I'll Eldritch Blast myself.
20.
Hit. It doesn't matter. After the first hit, in exposing myself to that damage, I'm able to cue my step into the ethereal. And
Sup, bitch?
Oh, that's true. Asphodel would see him in the ethereal. Oh my god, I fucking hate that.
okay. So then we get back to Sylvanestriel.
Sylvanestriel sniffs the air like a bloodhound and...
It reeks of blood. Someone has fired a firearm as well, so there is a rich sulfuric
All right.
tint to the air as well.
Okay, so...
Everyone's ears
Basically-
are bleeding.
Okay.
It's
Alright,
just blood and smoke.
so... She's gonna go this way.
Okay.
It's about there. Alright. That's about it for her.
Okay. And so after Sylvanestriel, we arrive at Edwin.
Edwin, what? Don't fist me. I'm naked. 2, 3, 4, 5.
What?
So he's moving out of the corridor back into the wormling enclosure.
Yes. I look at the space Asphodel used to occupy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. Oh! I totally forgot what I was intentionally trying to do. So, rare potions would be 48, correct? Plus casting?
If that's what the DMG states.
I couldn't find it in the DMG.
Give it to me.
Okay. Yeah. I was looking for it earlier and I just couldn't find it.
Potions of healing.
Spell point.
Ooh, spell point region.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, this is the value. You dig?
Yes.
So 48 plus 8.
D8? Or D4?
Because D4s are smaller. I hate rolling D4s. We have
Okay.
a lot more D8s than we have D4s. So
Well,
just flip the
I
numbers.
won't look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, so 11, 10, 21.
That was 48.
Oh, it was.
48 plus 8, so it was
Okay.
21, 29.
Fantastic. I feel nice and refreshed.
That you do.
Put my hand back on the staircase.
You have just used your action to drink this potion.
I can still put my hand down there.
Yes, you can. All
I'm
right.
like,
After Edwin, we get to...
also Edwin's like, hey, somebody should
The
probably go with Sylvester.
Elven Troll Dragon Priest.
That is not the ETDP, my guy.
Oh, man, I love that crystal.
I love you, Crystal.
It's a good crystal.
In a very Gandalf with Pippin kind of moment, he looks at you and is like, "Fool of a magician, who has closed this stairwell? I smell a plane shifter.
Goddamn right, there's a plane shifter.
Open!" And the stone unfurls back into the stone shapes. "The insecurity in the room leads me to believe it was you," he says, looking at you.
Uh-huh.
"I can see her in the air with my true sight. Come." He is using one of my oldest defenses as he goes down. And knowing that you can hear him, his voice reverberates all throughout. Also, you can, now that you're actually in, just like you saw him in his sarcophagus banging on the outside, he has a bright white light. And in the ethereal realm, he has dragon's wings and dragon horns. As he gets down to the bottom, you see him exercise a couple of other things. "The gate is open. If you can hear me, Queen, please come down these steps. While in the ethereal plane, you'll be able to use the gate. I'll have to wait till my next turn to open it in the prime material." Alright, so after that
We're at
comes the wisp.
3 hours. Yes. So the stairs are open again?
Yes.
I guess I should go with Celestial. Damn it. All I've been doing is running back and forth. Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm using my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
50, 55, 60, 65, 70. That's, yeah. And I would like to bizang on the Dizzor. And I'd like to say, hey, there's a hobgoblin that's roaming.
Making a intelligence-based safe throw DC 10.
Wild. Okay. That is a 18.
You recall that the safe word you were given earlier was an odd word known as ticklecorn.
Ticklecorn.
An insane ticklecorn. And banging on the door, it opens, revealing Eustrael, Meepo, and the kobold colony inside. And in saying here, they say, you know, those of your willing party, meet with us, as we have a bit more information to disclose. I feel as though your souls are being taken apart, which may be more advantageous because I believe you're headed to the same place. If your friends do not catch up, I can tell you this information and perhaps you can relay it to them where they're.
Yeah, I will take really good notes, unlike last time when I forgot immediately as soon as you stopped talking.
Take Meepo with you.
Okay.
He is the only one that bears the dragon soul of Calcrix, and he is the only one that can channel its power. We will need him to bring the wormling back into safety.
Okay, cool.
As you move forward, you have 2 paths to choose. One takes you across a trapped corridor that they used to invade us. I also believe that you saw them in the hatchling room as well, as we heard fighting before I fell back into the sanctum of the colony. It means they have traveled this way as well. This way and this way both meet at the same room that you need to progress to the next part of our levels where the goblins are lying in much greater force. This was but a probe. You have seen the weapons they keep behind their halls and you begin to taste their power.
Yeah. So, just for the record, ma'am, downstairs, what's happening downstairs?
She looks confused.
Down
I know
here.
not of any downstairs.
Okay, well, there is the downstairs, ma'am. You have lived in this castle for many, many moons.
True, but I am also magically much less predisposed to notions about arcane works of magic.
Okay,
the kind
super
of
fair.
thing you're talking about is beyond my power level.
Super
Do
fair.
not make me feel insecure as I am on the wake of trying to save your life and your
Super
party's
fair.
as well.
You're doing a great job. Sorry, I was rude.
I believe so as well. Until now, I am offended.
I am so sorry.
Your apology is accepted.
I'd like to use my sending stones and say, hey guys, we got some more goblins to clear out. That's fine. We got some more goblins to clear out. This way. If y'all want to go downstairs, that's fine, but they're just gonna keep sending goblins. So, what do y'all want to do?
And on your turns, we'll allow you to respond. So after the wisp, we get to Asphodel, who briefly comes back into the prime material plane, long enough to hear this whole bit. Blah, 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 blah. So, just to clear it all out, with what he's talking and what you know, there's a subterranean passage. With what the wisp just conveyed, there are 2 passages on this top floor. One this way, and one this way. So, to Asphodel's eyes only, you now understand there are 3 ways to move forward.
I'm gonna go the 3rd way. I let them know that I'm going the 3rd way.
Okay, will you wait for me? I'm bringing somebody. I'm bringing a pal.
You don't. Can you take the ethereal?
No, but I can get in there, can I? He said that we can open the gate in the prime material. I think I heard.
For ethereal travel.
Never mind. Okay.
I can do it.
Okay. Alright, I'll take Selenestriel and the Dragon Soul and hope I don't fucking die. Alright, cool.
No.
So anyway, Asphodel, it's your turn. That was your one sentence.
I want to take one of the health potions.
From whom?
We all had health potions.
Oh, okay, so you're drinking yours?
Yes.
Alright. What rarity was it?
I don't remember what it was.
They are, I wrote it down because I am good at notes. Rare. So that's 48.
Plus 8.
Are these dates?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, this will be the last round.
Welcome back.
I need a date.
Here you go. Dates.
12.
You can re-roll your first one. It's 4.
So, 12, 16, 18.
22 total. Or plus 8, sorry. 26 total.
Relay that there's a third passage and we're going gay porn hard.
Okay, so
Gay
you're going down the
porn.
steps.
Yes.
5, 10, 15. Elf Troll Dragon Priest is already down here.
ETDP.
I am ready to open the door for you. I must do one more thing.
What's that?
Though I cannot recall my name, I am not supposed to be naked. My power lies within ionic stone slabs that I had taken from a kind of human that was alive in my time. I believe their name was
The Nethril?
the Netheries.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have those.
Yeah, the Wisp has those.
I do not understand what you mean. These are stones that I constructed with the help of Netheries wizards.
We've been around the block a few times.
Well, mine are still entombed, and I must get to them for my power. Once I open this gate, it will shut behind you.
Okay, tell me more about where I'm going.
Sorry.
This passage takes you through an underground layer into the next area at a room to be determined once I continue drawing the other half of this map. I cannot remember where it goes, but I remember it goes somewhere prominent, and the way that you will enter there will be much like the way you have entered here. That means you need to make great haste and catch up with who activated this gate before you, because I will not be able to open the gate for you on the other side, in which case you will have to blast it open.
Fair.
I agree. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, so I assume you're going to ready your action to dash?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So, at the end of your turn, go ahead and roll and see if you go into the ethereal. I can't aid you in this, but I will remind you that my blessing is with you as we get a juicy natch. Asphodel is in the ethereal. Edwin will have his go before the troll, so also so will Selenestriel. Selenestriel.
Alright.
Also, I'm the Rizu.
Bye, bitch.
Edwin holds up a sending stone. Did he hear about the ethereal plane stuff?
I mean, I would have just been holding
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I can go into the ethereal plane. I can basically take all of us into the ethereal plane. So
The Wisp is capable of hearing you, as is Selenestriel.
okay.
I hear
Asphodel is,
crackles.
yeah, no longer able to hear you.
Okay.
Can I roll? And I want to say something, but I don't know what the DC would be for me to actually uncrackle it.
There isn't.
Okay.
There is
Can
no
I
roll.
try?
There is no roll to be made to get that.
Can I
item
try to say
function.
something?
No.
Even if it would be staticky, as a DM,
No.
you would be able to control what.
As a
they would
DM,
do?
you're asking me to bend the laws of the plane shift, and I'm not going to do that.
I mean,
are
you
on a
said
s-
it. You said it works like the walkie-talkies and Stranger
I know,
Things.
but the way
Yeah.
you guys interpreted that was you got specific words, but in the exact example I gave, you don't hear anything but random syllables that don't make any sort of
Okay.
cohesion.
Okay.
Accurate. So, Edwin, stay focused with me, man. Still your turn.
I mean, I said what I'm doing. I'm going downstairs.
Okay. As you approach downstairs, it looks as though he's ready to activate.
Yeah.
What are you doing down here, priest?
I'm going the third way.
I would prefer you were my escort. For I am going a place only holy men are allowed. I have lost a great amount of my strength. Also, I guess I should say, need your help in replenishing.
Insight to see what that means.
He needs you to deal necrotic damage to him.
Okay. Okay. Well, tell you what. Can those two go to the hospital? The Wisp and Silnestriel? I'll cast etherealness on myself. You know,
The
put them
fork
through the...
stabs the fish better than the hook. With all 3 routes covered, I feel our chances at an offensive success are greater than what your human mind can comprehend.
Oh, what did you just say? That one gets...
In my
insecure.
time you were slaves. I am glad that you have risen above as a people. But do not compare yourself to the elf. Trust me, my
He
friend.
thinks he's an elf.
That is also true. And that gets us a war chest.
Wow.
With a bit of homework.
All
I
right.
apologize for all the things I just said.
That's
For
okay.
my eyes deceived me but for a moment. I am still trying to wake up.
Okay. I forgive you this time. Alright. So, I guess Silnestriel and I will go with ETDP.
Okay.
And...
Meepo and
The Wisp.
the Wisp.
yes.
We'll go through the trap.
I love traps.
Anything else for
I
your
do
turn?
love traps. That's fair.
I guess that'll be it.
He has asked you to heal him.
Oh. Alright.
You can just reverse cure. And inflict.
Yeah.
Inflate.
I, go like this. Just like... do that, and I cast Harm.
Yay!
Harm.
Harm me, bro.
How do you
Hurt
like
me.
this?
Hurt
This
me,
feels
Daddy.
this feels weird. Harder.
Harder, priest.
Alright.
Forgive me, Father, for
For
I have
sinned.
God.
Alright.
I hope no one clips this.
How much?
It's
Give
getting
me
clipped.
Paylor's
14d6. So.
Oh,
I'm
over
fine
me.
with that. I don't have a lot of HP.
Alright then.
And at the rate I regenerated so far,
Alright.
that'll put me at max.
Fantastic.
Even if you rolled.
It worked.
I just want to
okay,
put that just
so-
for us.
God.
The necrotic energy covers the areas of his body that have been blown apart as you see the worms and leeches touch one another as
Oh,
they
I hate
seal
that.
together.
Yeah.
He's like Oogie Boogie.
I think to myself, I feel dirty.
Alright, so I'm healed. We then go to him. He opens the door. You are free to run.
Usain Bolt.
Alright. Give me a dexterity-based save throw versus a DC 22 to see if you can make it through the
Well,
other
you
door
can reroll
before it closes.
Remember, you can reroll it.
See what happens.
Reroll.
Okay, that was an 11. That was interference. That was
Okay.
That was moved. Okay, so 14. Well, what's the total? We also have inspiration points.
I mean, I would have preferred the 16 that was before interference.
I mean, I
Because
can't.
that would have made it an 18.
I'm sorry, it got touched.
Okay,
so-
that makes it a 16. You want to use an inspiration point.
That would put it at 21, which is still a failure.
Can I use 2 inspiration points?
No, you can only use 1 inspiration point per turn.
Red flag, you let him use two
Yeah.
inspiration points
Oh, I
last
have
time.
before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, go for it then.
Yeah.
So that was, again, red flag means calling the Xanatar, and go ahead and explain what you just said.
So I think it was last session you let him stack inspiration points, which make a bonus.
So I will say from here on out, it is only supposed to be once per round, but I fucked up before, so I will honor that fuck up, and you retain your Xanatar. That was a good Xanatar.
Thanks.
Oh, wait.
We
Alright, so with a 26, you make it through the threshold just before it closes behind you.
I didn't get spliced.
And
Yeah.
we'll
He's gonna
pick
clip
up there
it.
next time.
Thanks for clipping that filth.
Yoshi.
Alright, so before we
O'Shea!
cut to our credits, I just want to remind you that we are, trying to do this for realsies. I'll go ahead and throw out some links you gotta want to pay attention to. We're gonna head over to Facebook, and I think I'm the only one that's doing it today. But we're gonna. Oh, you guys?
Yeah, I don't have. I got a little bit of time.
All right, so we're gonna head over to our Facebook, where we're gonna give away another Call to Fae poster. One of our super fucked up editions. So I'm just gonna run through these links as we go while I'm typing this in. Why don't you guys talk about our Facebook and how much you liked it?
Facebook, so cool. Everyone has it.
Asphodel
Is it
does
a
not have it.
Book full of faces?
Exactly.
All right.
You can also, one of our sponsors, our Patreon sponsors, Vin was here earlier. Shout out to Vin. You can also sponsor us on Patreon, which would be a
I'm about to
super
get to
cool
that.
birthday gift.
So one moment.
Well, Billy.
This next link I'm putting in is for our Patreon, and
Your highlight looks so good.
I'm not even wearing one.
we've got multiple
It's 'cause I'm
models that
sweaty.
you can go in for, but once we get our first 5 subscribers, I'm going to release high-resolution version of all these maps that I've been making for you guys to use, so you can run through Tales from the Yawning Portal at home, pound for pound, with maps at every turn, because I'll tell you this secret, the modules do not come out with all of the maps you need. Of the maps we've played through so far, we've played in Oakhurst, we've played at the Yawning Portal, we've played on the Ashen Plain, and we played in the Sunless Citadel. Only the Sunless Citadel was provided, which means that's 3 premium maps that you would never get to interact with or do things with. If you subscribe to us on Patreon, I want to put those in your hands. The last thing you want to check out is all the art, and along with Facebook today that I'll be uploading it, if you want to stay a little more in touch with all the art as it gets created, you can take yourself over to Instagram.com/Billy-Shayne Johnson, and you can see the art as it comes along and also stay a little more up to date. But with that being said, we are in our credits phase.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy having you, and we'll see you next weekend.
We love you all.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Woo!